Imagine not being Leeds, not feeling this pain, not dancing through thunder, not walking through rain. Imagine not rising with fists in the air when the world turned its back and no one would care. We've lived in the ashes, we've drowned in defeat, but still we stand proud on our battered old feet. Imagine not loving with all that you are. Imagine not being Leeds.
We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.
We do love you, Leeds, 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 Leeds. Come on. Yes. In 24 hours' time, we will have picked up our first 3 points of this season. Come on. I'm so buzzing for tomorrow. I hope and I'm sure you guys are too. So, yeah, welcome to Imagine Not Being Leeds. Welcome for your Premier League preview, Leeds versus Everton. I know we're touching it on late night Leeds on the Friday, but maybe things have changed over the weekend. Maybe my 2-0 prediction's been doubled. How about that? How do you think about that? But no, we're gonna get into it. I really wanted to have a little dig into the difference pre David Moyes to post David Moyes. When he came in last season, I think it was January time. I've got some notes. I've been digging for once, copied and pasted a little bit and got some notes because I really want to see difference. Obviously, the league position didn't look great, but from where they were when Moyes took over last season, vastly improved Everton, and they are definitely not the Everton of old. So I really want to have a little look at how they sort of turn things around under Moyes. I'm a big believer in a manager and a club can just click and be perfect for each other. Maybe if Sheffield United had kept Plonker on, maybe they wouldn't be sat in the bottom three in the Champo either, which is pretty funny. But yeah, I think Moyes and Everton, it's just a thing in it. They've got what works. He were there before. You get Champions League football many moons ago. He's there now, and I expect him to do really well. I expect Everton to have a decent season. I think it's a good time to play him, to be fair, before some of their better players and new signings gel and get going. So let's get into the chat. Tezza, as always, thanks for being here. Thank you very much. Ian Brown. Are you here to gloat, Ian? Are you here to gloat? Yes, my lad. You're going to have serious competition when it comes to survival now. Burnley are foot. Yeah, you guys did bloody brilliant yesterday. Really good performance by Sunderland. Really good performance. Come on, Leeds. We've got this. Hi, Matty, and everyone. Hey up, Angela. I hope you're well. Blinky Fish. Hope you're well, mate. Hey up, Nige. Matty, my man. Hope you're well. Hey up, Mike. Thanks for being here, buddy. Ian Brown. Everton is a lot harder than West Ham, in my opinion, but it feels class to get 3 points. Yeah, Ian, you can only play what's in front of you, mate. We're all going to have to play. We'll have to play West Ham at some point. You've got the 3 points in the home fixture now. You know, we've still to try and achieve that yet from them guys. So, fair enough. You played really well yesterday. Yeah, I don't think West Ham are going to be a decent side. I think Everton finish above West Ham this season. On that performance, West Ham could be dragged down to that sort of dogfight they probably don't want to be in and probably shouldn't be in. But yeah, I've got a feeling, I said before the season, West Ham are going to be one of them sides who's down there. Maybe you're not, maybe we're not, we'll have to see. But yeah, I think you've got the easier of the start, but still, you know, 3 points, 3 goals. It looked great, mate. Stadium, I can't lie, mate. We'll get into it on Bridging the Gap on Wayne's channel on Tuesday. So I hope we pick up 3 points because that just puts a little bit more emphasis on that show. I'll be dead nervous. I got to sleep with this song in my head now. I love that, mate. I love that. Hopefully image of my face too. Nightmares. AOPG, how you doing, mate? Duncan Hamlin. Evening, Matty lad. Evening all. Getting real now. Yeah, it is, mate. Easy tease. Evening, Matty. Excited and nervous for tomorrow. 3 points, please. Hey up, Chalky. Hi, Matty and all. Hey up, Lucy. Nice little chat with you earlier. Evening, Matty. Evening all. Thank you. Hope you're well. Evening, Matt. Are you there tomorrow, buddy? I am there tomorrow, mate. I will be in the Peacock. Maybe an hour before kick-off. I might not get there much earlier than that. We've been a weekday, but yeah. Where's the lip warmer gone? I wondered how long it'd take. I look awful, don't I, without it? Like, look awful. But yeah, a little trim went awry, so it's all come off. Easy teasy. Okafor, in soon. Different journalists saying different things. Yeah, the journalist I've seen apparently is fairly reliable, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. I've seen Joe Blackburn who was streaming it earlier, so hopefully that means there's something in it. But I've also seen, is it Liao got injured tonight, and you just don't know repercussions of that, do we? So we'll see what's said it morning. Hopefully something will be said. Good evening to the second hardest working YouTube on this channel. Yeah, I hope you all like my little background today. I thought I'd put a bit more effort in. I like look at that. It looks nice, doesn't it? Rather than just me. Gang one. Yep, whatever that means. Oof. Farke kicked down Underwood's door to make sure his fast machine is on. Yeah. Hey, rough pal. Elland Road rocking tomorrow in Leeds. Yeah, I can't wait. I cannot wait. Hi, Russ. Evening, Matty. Hope you're good. Can't wait to get to Elland Road tomorrow. 1-0 Leeds DCL winner with Jack Harrison assist. Yeah. Imagine, mate. Imagine the scenes. DCL and Harrison, worst two players ever to wear Everton. Kate the Harrison man, he's dreadful. Ooh, we'll have to see. They're going to get minutes at Leeds out. Well, Harrison's going to get minutes at some point. Obviously, DCL 100% is going to be our new number 9. Whether this gets big minutes tomorrow, I doubt. I'll get into what I think lineup will be. But yeah, evening, Matty. Okafor, yeah, we'll have to see, buddy. Ian Brown, Burnley and Brentford next for us. Get maximum points on the board before the AFCON comes. Yeah, well, AFCON's coming for you and it's looming. But yeah, honestly, you had a great free look at those 3 games: West Ham, Burnley, and Brentford. You couldn't have asked for a better start, could you? But you've got to get the points. You've started off well, mate. Time to pull the big Mr. Pants on now. Get serious from tomorrow now. Yeah, it does. It does. We've got it. We've got it in back tomorrow. Don't you stress about it. I'll do, Robbo. Dave, buzzing for tomorrow. Elland Road will be bouncing. I'll be in the East stand up, and me too, mate. I don't know what section, but I am in the East upper too, mate. I'm my up, John. Now then, Brookie. Right then, guys. So, Elland Road under the lights. I'm sure I'm not alone saying this gets the juices flowing. It's definitely one of the best sort of ways to watch Leeds United. I love it, absolutely love it under floodlights. Everton, very tough fixture, opening day, never been relegated. David Moyes, some decent players have brought in too. I like the look of the side this year. Will Grealish start on that left, potentially. So, to be fair, the biggest news, loads of people were looking at who's starting up front. There's talking points for there, does DCL come straight in? I doubt. Is it Pido or Metcha? There's not. Honestly, I feel like it's 50-50 between the two of who starts. There's sort of pros and cons for both. But I think that fullback spot on that right-hand side's massive. Absolutely massive. With the fact that Jack Grealish is going to be playing there too. Potentially. I think he starts as Grealish once. So let me just do this. I've got to set this bit up. But yeah, if Grealish starts on that side, it's imperative we have. I think Bogle, don't get me wrong, I think he ain't going to try and get him behind. It's a bit of a tricky winger, isn't it? Jack Grealish. I could see Sam Byram doing a job on him defensively, but you want a bit more output, don't you, as well? So I'd love to see Jayden Bogle fit, which I'm sure we all would. But it's going to be a really interesting matchup. It really is. I know when he goes to take a corner, Grealish at Elland Road, he's had a few. He's found a few quid in his pocket come morning, hasn't he? But good luck with the rest of the season. Cheers, mate. Thank you. The West Ham goalkeeper basically gift wrapped. Yeah, it will pour, mate. It will pour. It's a not lose tomorrow night. Yeah, it feels mad to be saying it straight off the bat, doesn't it? But it's just because of games we've got coming up. Come on. I don't know where I am, mate, to be fair, but I may see you, mate. And if I do, yeah, I'm not too sure, Chris. I'm not too sure. That's why I ain't really touching on it in this one. We'll probably find out more tomorrow, won't we? But anyways, I want to do a little bit of a chat about Everton. So, I found this. I'm doing a bit of digging. You might not give a shit, but I do. So let's go for it. Overview. Before Moyes under Sean Dyche. So Sean Dyche left the club. Mutual consent on the 9th of Jan 2025. Everton sitting in 16th place in the Premier League. Through the first 19 games, Everton had managed just 3 wins, 8 draws, 8 losses. Scored 15, conceded 25. Points accumulated 17, goal difference 10. Tactically, the side struggled to lead games. Dyche's team was ahead for only 370 minutes total, about 19.8% of game time. Their shot quality was poor, the lowest expected goals per shot, 0.08, and the second worst conversion rate. Ties in with the sort of stats that DCL got. It wasn't just down to him. His numbers weren't great because they didn't create much chances. The turning point, Moyes takes charge. He was appointed on the 11th of Jan, returning to the club for his second spell. In his first 4 league games, the impact was immediate. Everton led matches for 257 minutes, significantly more proportionally. They were in winning position for 63.1% of match time. Shot quality improved to 0.15 xG per shot, and the conversion rate rose to 18.9%, one of the best in the league. Defensive intensity increased. High turnovers per game rose to 8.3 from 7.2. Pressures per game up to 205.3 from 195.9, and the team began playing about 2 meters higher up the pitch on average. Overall season comparison, in Moyes 19 games under Dyche. So 3 wins, 8 draws, 8 losses, 15 scored, 25 conceded, 17 points with a minus 10 goal difference. Under Moyes, the final 19 games, it's a nice little comparison because it's split evenly. 8 wins under Moyes, 7 draws, 4 losses, 27 goals scored, 19 goals conceded, plus 8 and 31 points. Look at the difference there with Moyes coming in. So the league position weren't fantastic. You know, we're not talking about a top 10 side here. Maybe this season we'll have aspirations that we will have brought in, and having the manager there still, and we know for a fact with Moyes, he will be able to grow this side. He did it before, you know, it's just how far can he grow? A side that now he's playing in a new stadium, is that going to have implications for Everton? We'll have to see. But I think that, you know, it's evident there, that second half of the season, Moyes comes in and works wonders. Everton finished the 24-25 Premier League season in 13th place with 48 points, comfortably cleared of relegation, 23 points above the drop zone, although the drop zone last season was so low, the points total were poor by the 3 sides. A telling insight is, if Everton had started from 0 points when Moyes arrived in January, the results alone, 31 points, would still have guaranteed them survival with a 6-point margin. This season was widely seen as a division into 2 halves. There's significant improvement in the second under Moyes. Before, it's a bit of a summary, before Moyes, plagued by poor attacking threat and unsteady performances, Everton barely avoided relegation. Under Moyes, marked transformation, more fluid attacking, stronger defence, significant points haul, and moral uplift. Under Dyche, Everton sat deep, absorbing pressure, and Moyes pushed the back line 2 meters higher and encouraged more aggressive pressing. Pressures rose from 195.9 to 205.3 per game, and Everton started forcing 8.3 high turnovers per game. This meant Everton were no longer just sitting back there winning the ball higher and turning defence into attack. And then, I don't really want to go through all this, but I mean, look, key players after Moyes arrived: Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he regained confidence, become focal point up front. Obviously, Alcaraz, really good signing. He signed for him in January, really good ball carrying midfielder. Abdoulaye Doucouré, I don't think he's there no more. He went on a free. We actually thought we might get him. Jared Branthwaite, injured. Massive benefit to us, the fact he's injured. And he's out of this one. The big picture, basically, Everton were passive before Moyes, blunt in attack, sat too close to their own goal. After Moyes, pressing higher, playing more on the front foot, midfield balance restored, and finishing sharpened up. So all round, every single facet of Everton's game vastly improved under David Moyes. As soon as he come in, there were a massive upsurge in performance, and that's what Moyes does. He's that kind of manager. We've seen it at West Ham. You know, win the European Cup at West Ham. Decent manager when he gets that fit, and Everton is a good fit for him. So I thought that were quite telling to sort of just check into them and have a little read. 1 sec. Let me get back to where I was on the chat. Did a bit of digging there. Do you know what I mean? Don't normally do that, me. Felt well smart reading that out. Well smart? Not really. I think the West Ham manager could be the first casualty this season. Maybe Steve, yeah. No, we haven't, mate. We haven't. Oh, the Tash, bring me back. Cheers for your super chat, buddy. I love that. Unfortunately, mate, it's probably going to take about three months to grow back, mate. But Chris, good morning from Australia, lad. Looking forward to my wake-up call at 4:30 to hopefully watch a positive start to our campaign. Cheers, my mate. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think he'll be first casualty, you know. I really do. How you doing? Anything said about James Justin injury? I'm still waiting, mate. I've not heard out. PSF, before people start exaggerating about how good Everton are, just remember the bookies have us favourites for the game when Pinot favourite to score first. They know who they are. Well, let's hope they're right, mate. Let's hope they're right. Evening, pal. Don't think it's a must win, like a not lose when a draw would be useful. Yeah. Actually, looking forward to tomorrow night. Their back 3 or 4 are going to have a long night if we score in the first 10 minutes. Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope so. That's how we need to just fly out of blocks, don't we? We tended to do that at Elland Road last season. Hope the season where Pirro proves he has what it takes to be in the Premier League just needs a supportive bank. Yeah, do you know what it is with Pirro? You sort of look at him and you go, for me, he can finish. He can finish regardless of the level of defenders and goalkeepers is against. He can finish if he gets chance, he puts it away. And I think that'll be no different in the Premier League for me. It's just, is he going to get the amount of minutes that he's been getting in the Championship? Is he going to be the focal point, the number one starter, the number 9? I'm not too sure. We're looking at bringing other options potentially. Farke, I think, wants another. Calvert-Lewin would probably be ahead of him once he gets his fitness, I would assume. But what I'll always say about Pirro is he's a very handy neutral player off the bench, and he tends to get big goals and big moments from the bench as well. We saw that last season when Matteo Joseph were just ahead of him in the pecking order. I'm hoping he gets a lot more opportunities early on. Like I think Mecha starts tomorrow, if I'm honest. I think with 2 really physical defenders in Keane and Tarkowski, I think I could see Mecha starting. But I hope he has a good run at it, Pirro. I love those stories when a side comes up from Championship, and I've said it numerous times. And when you're the top scorer in Championship year after year, he's been one of the better ones of the last 3 or 4 seasons. You can step up and you can make it as a Premier League striker, and it's always a nice little story that they continue that, because they're always sort of put down for that. Well, it's only at Championship level, and you never know until they have a go. And I've seen a lot worse decent Championship strikers come up and do well than what Pirro is technically. He's a very good player in my eyes, and I would love him to prove people wrong. And I know a lot of Leeds fans back him, to be fair. I think it's more other teams. Other teams don't back him, and other fan bases don't think he'll do well because of the step up. I think a lot of Leeds fans back him and think he'll do a job. I know, mate. Some right digging there, isn't it? It's okay saying Moyes will be the factor, but once them players cross the line, it's down to them. Yeah, I get that, Steve. But what I'll say is they crossed the line 19 times last season under Moyes, and the turnaround in performance were massive. So it's just a case, we know, like, look at us under Bielsa, look at us under Farke. You've got to, irrespective of the players, what they do in those 90 minutes, the whole build up, to the game, the week, the preparation, the tactics, the man management and stuff. If you get that right, it's going to help the lads on the pitch, obviously. And 19 games last season, he got a performance out of them. Yeah, I'm sure there'll have been some humdingers in there without looking too much into it. But from where they were, looking hopeless under Dyche, for him to come in and turn it round instantly, I think they didn't lose in the opening first 4 games when he came in. He's really good as Moyes at getting a response out of his players, getting his players to play for the badge. And sometimes that can waver when when you're not winning games. And under Dyche, they weren't winning games and they weren't creating chances, and confidence will only came straight in and turn that round. Every single stat turned in their favour. So I look at him, and as much as when he was at Scum and at West Ham at times, you look at him as an aging manager, you think, what's he? But he does well. He does well where he is. Does Moyes? He's a good Premier League manager, and I find it hard to believe. He'd take a side down, if I'm honest. Did he take Sunderland down once upon a time, maybe? I've got that right. But like an Everton side, he ain't going to take an Everton side down for me. Then we're pushing away from the relegation spots. So I think he'll get the preparation right. And let's be fair, at Elland Road, you just need to ride the early storm, because guarantee Leeds will come for them. That first 15 minutes, the crowd. If we can get that opening goal early on, the game's ours. It's ours for me, because then they've got to come out. They've got to be a bit more braver, be a little bit more brave on ball. And at that point, I think Leeds will get a couple more. I always think, even though quality is going to be a lot harder in Premier League to play against, obviously, I think if Leeds can get an early goal, I often think it can be 3 or 4. If we don't get that early goal, Elland Road can be very nervy. And that's what they'll be hoping for. They'll be hoping to take us as long as they can into that game and nick something from set piece or something like that. I don't see Everton coming and playing, like free flowing attacking football. I just don't see it. I think Leeds are going to be very solid in middle at Park. I think we'll have more at ball. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes at Elland Road. Obviously, in away games, you tend not to have as much at ball anyway. And obviously, being a newly promoted side, how much respect are we going to give these Premier League sides? It's going to be really interesting to see. Are we going to have much at ball? Are we going to build up slow? Are we just going to sit back and hit people on counter? I think at Elland Road, we just need to play on the front foot. In certain games, it'll be good to set up. Dan James is a great outlet to set up for that long ball and try and get him behind, be a bit more direct. We've got the players, I think, for every style needed now, for every team we play. I think at Elland Road, but especially in games like this, These are the games where I want to see Leeds play on the front foot. I want to see Leeds dictate the play. I want to see Leeds have large spells of possession. And I think Everton will allow us to have that, you know. I do. I think we'll have a lot of ball. I reckon we'll share the possession. And it's just about being clinical in those chances. Because against decent sides, and Everton aren't no mugs, finished 13th last season, like I say, but Moyes had been there all season, they've probably been a bit higher than that. So the no mugs, there'll be plenty of games this season where if you don't take your chances, we'll lose 1-0. And they'll only have, you know, other side at this level only needs one chance, and it's usually a goal. And we've been guilty over years of missing guiltless chances as a side. But it didn't bother me too much because we created a lot. Like even back in the day when Paddy had missed a few, you know, we'd have many more opportunities to score, and sometimes we scored plenty anyway, even the games where we fluffed some. So I would like to think we're building a squad capable of, when it's a tight game, putting these chances away. I think DCL's a good addition for that. I think that's why they want another striker in there, maybe someone who's been a bit of a bagsman in a top league. So yeah, I think there's still a few missing pieces, but I think we've got a side 100% capable of winning this game on Monday night. Really do. Your keeper's a proper weak link. Gang is gone, mate. Melior's, well, he's not gone, he's going. It's not Melior. Lucas Perry's definitely not a weak link, mate. How much you'll pay in DCL? Watch him get injured for that. There's been rumours about 80 grand a week, but I couldn't tell you. All strikers rely on service. We have to serve off. Yeah, we do. And like I say, we tended to do it in Champo, didn't we? Are we able to be as attacking in the Prem? I hope we sort of tweak and we change for certain games. For me, this is a game, this might sound daft, but this is a game against Everton at Elland Road, where as much as I like the manager, I like some of the players, I think they're a better side than they have been. I think this is a side I'd like us just to play like we normally play. Yeah, I don't want to go to a 4-2-3-1. I want to stick with a 4-3-3, but I want us as fullbacks to push up. I want us wingers to get the ball and run at the fullbacks. I want us midfielders to be brave, you know, and ultimately we need a striker to put it away when it gets opportunity. But I want to see us on front foot. I want us to dominate this game. We're at home against, you know, a mid-Prem side. And they're a good side, like I say, on the Moyes, but they're a mid-Prem side. They maybe push them all this season, but they probably are, you know, anywhere from 10th to 14th, probably Everton this season. These are games we need to be targeting to win, and I'd love us to just play our game. There'll be games where, you know, when City and Liverpool come well in a row, I'll be saying something totally different. Sit back, absorb pressure, and try and catch them on break, and try and take them deep into the game. You know, let them come on to us, and there'll be games like that. I ain't going to want to just play open attacking football against a side with Mo Salah in it, you know, because they'll cut us open, and when they get that chance, he'll bury it. He'll bury 3 out of 4. You know, that'll happen if we're not careful in those games, and we need to adapt. And Farke looks like he's going to do that this season. But this is a game for me where you just play our game. They are a beatable side if we play to our strengths. Ashley says, Pirro in training, look top notch. That boy knows where the net is. He does. He's good all pre-season. We get 3 goals in pre-season. And you know what it is? The competition he's got now. We can all talk about DCL being injury prone and Metcha being injury prone. If they ain't injured, if they don't pick up an injury at Leeds United, and you know they're in training, all 3 of them looking at each other, banging, the competition's mad. I did a video yesterday about, you know, if you've seen it or not, but I genuinely feel, as mad as it may sound to someone, especially if we sign another, this could be the best striking force that's come up from promotion, that's been promoted to Premier League ever. Mitrovic at Fulham, a great backup with Paul. Great players of, you know, the sides that win promotion, they usually have a striker that's doing bits, but they don't have 3-4 really good strikers all vying for that one position. Like Metcha, 7 or 8 caps for Germany. Calvert-Lewin, I think 11 and 4 goals. Pirro, one of the best Championship strikers in over the last 4 seasons. And then maybe another, which I'm led to believe, if it is better than all the other 3. The value will be high. I've got a feeling we go out there and we sign a 20+ £1 million striker. Not saying that means everything, but we're going to go out there and buy a player from a decent division who's being cut in the mustard there. And if that happens, there's an argument to say the depth there's insane. But I think we probably need a 4th, because the depth there's also a little bit fragile, because 2 of them have had bad injuries. So you run the risk, if you don't bring a 4th in, of only having Pirro, because Pirro's been pretty steady with injuries. He's been consistently available, and the best ability is availability. I always say that. But it's going to be really interesting to see how they fare, because for me, that competition's brilliant. Brilliant. And like I say, people will laugh off DCL, they will laugh off Metcha. But I also rate Pirot to do well this season. Like I say, you bring another one in that as a collective, that forward will look at each other in training, they'll be pushing them all on. Because for me, there ain't a bad player there. A couple of question marks on fitness. There's no question mark on physicality on a couple of them. There's no question marks on finishing on Pirot. Combined, I think all of them have got different things they'll bring to the party. No Pirot, no party. But equally, they'll all be decent for us, I think, this season. And like I say, I think the competition there, if fit, is right up there for a newly promoted side in that striker role. I'm not saying Mitrovic comes up. Maybe he's a better striker than all of them. Open to opinions. But as a collective, having 3 or 4 strikers, I think it's massive. I think we've got masses of quality there. Maybe just not quite the numbers. And there's 46 likes to 129 people watching. Thanks for spending your Sunday evening with me. Much appreciated. Stick us a like on that, please, and try and get us up to 100. That would be brilliant. Just sends it out to more people, apparently. I don't know. It probably does, though. It makes sense. But please stick us a like on the video. I'd much appreciate that. Thank you. Lee Naylor. He's defo trained his arse off, though. Someone looks like half a yard quicker, which is needed. Give me sport, saying agreement. Yeah, I've seen a few bits, Nige. It potentially has. Not too sure, though. I say give me sport. I'm not too sure how accurate that is, buddy. Ian Brown, you think our fan bases would be the 12th man? That was certainly the case for us 47,000 Mackhams. Yeah, it looked cracking. Did your stadium yesterday, mate? And Sunderland, they did well. Great win. After the dodgy pre-season, I've proper overemphasised Willie, and that pre-season I think means something. Losing every week in pre-season is not good. You proved me wrong there, because you went and won regardless of your poor pre-season, mate. New signings for Everton need to gel, as are pretty fitting. Yeah, our new signings seem to have gelled really, really well, really fast, and hopefully that's going to aid us in these opening few games before international break. Like a little mini league. Got 3 games. I'd buzz off 4 points in these opening 3. I do think Elland Road as a fortress is possible. I really do. I could easily see us beating Everton and getting a result against Newcastle. You know, they went the way to Villa and drew 0-0. Look a bit toothless up front with all the Isak stuff. Away to Arsenal, I'm probably going to predict a win, because that's just what I do. And I'm going to it, and win, lose or draw, I'm going to have a fucking great day, because it's going to be amazing going to London for a day to watch Leeds Arsenal. But however it goes, it is what it is. But I am looking at these 3 games thinking 4 points would be very good. Sunderland could potentially go up to 9 with their fixtures, you know. It is what it is, but we've all got to play each other twice, and it'll level itself out over the season. What I will say with Sunderland is I've seen a lot of Leeds fans losing their head, saying, pressure's on, they won 3-0. I've actually seen this today. They've won 3-0, and we're not going to do this and that. But West Ham right now are a lot worse side, a lot poorer side than what Everton are. And Sunderland last year started the season like an house on fire. So all credit to Sunderland. I hope they stay up like we do. But I don't want Leeds fans losing their head because they won 3-0 yesterday. Didn't flatter them either. They played really well, deserved the win, deserved a comfortable win as well. Like I say, we know what a home fan base can do. We need to bring that now tomorrow as fans, and players need to deliver like Sunderland did. But I don't like the notion that, look what Sunderland doing, and Leeds fans getting nervous. We haven't even kicked the ball yet. There's no panic. Sunderland were short at one point last season. They were 8 points clear, and they were jumping through hoops, and there were a lot of banter back and forth. And a lot of laughing at our expense, but it soon evened itself out as the season went on. So let's not lose his head. They're doing well. They did well yesterday. It was nice to see them at top of the league after they finished their game. But yeah, rightly so. We play tomorrow, and let's do something similar. We've got the capabilities to bang a few goals in tomorrow night, Elland Road, and win that game. I thought he did, mate. I don't think it was just his fault, though. I think you had a few bits going on, didn't you? But yeah, as I was saying it, I'm like, relegation, boys. Yeah, he did go down with Sunderland, didn't he? That Leeds lad. Evening, my mate. Hope you well. You think 2-0? Yeah, I can see that, mate. Yeah, Russ just giving a bit of news there. Leeds open talks with Noah Okafor last week for discussions continuing over the weekend. Leeds keen to add another attacker to the window. Shuts nothing agreed with Milan yet. No, from Ben Jacobs. Cheers, mate. PSF, our players will be expecting to win. We need to start being much more confident and show belief in the players' home and away. Yeah, home and away, mate. Of course, I think home games especially need to be targeted for as close to maximum points as we can get, especially against anyone outside that sort of top 4, top 6. You think righteous one come down to whoever gets the rub of the green on that? You think it's going to be a tight one then, mate? I've got a feeling Leeds are just going to absolutely dismantle them tomorrow. I've just got a feeling. You messed up on Siddiqui. He's an engine, doesn't stop running, puts in proper tackles, no fear. Diarra was class. Well, yeah, like I say, we'd have never gotten both. We were looking at Siddiqui when the Arrow didn't go through. As a fan base, we were anyway. Whether the club actually were, I'm not too sure. But it is what it is. We got Anton Stack, and I don't think us Leeds fans would change that for anyone anyway. Do you know what I mean? I genuinely don't think we'd change it. I still think we got the better player. If I'm honest, I think Anton Stack will go and have a better career than both of them. And Anton Stack don't go to AFCON either, which is good. But either way, you've like got a good side built there, Ian. I'm chuffed for you, mate. You need to get some signings in, mate. Forwards, definitely. I don't agree with that, Black Cats. I really don't. I really don't. It's easy to look at and go, Championship player in Pirro, Metcha, don't know who he is, and then you brought in DCL, haha, DCL. Yeah, I reckon it's going to get spun. It said that and give it a month and you won't be saying that. Genuinely don't think so. Yeah, Melia will be going for 5 to 6 million. Leeds are open to offers. Leeds are touting him out. Lorient, I think, in France potentially. He's going to end up going back to France either way. But yeah, it doesn't like it'll be a loan or anything. Leeds are looking at 5 to 6 million, which will be pure profit. Which will be nice. Be nice just to offload and get rid of him. And I'll actually keep a bit of an eye on Melia going forward because, you know, he's a nice, I say he's a nice kid. I'll patronise that sound, but he's a kid, I suppose, in football, in goalkeeping terms. And I hope, you know, don't prove everyone wrong because no one would doubt his quality at once upon a time. He made a lot of mistakes and rightly so, you know, gets pelters for it. But I hope he goes and has a good career. I really do. There's talent there. He's still got, what, another 4 or 5 years till he's in his prime, really, if that's even possible at 28 as a goalkeeper. What is he, 24 now? He's dead young for a keeper, but he does not need to be pulling on Leeds shirt anymore. He won't be. Evening all. MOT can't wait for tomorrow. Cheers, Top Banana. Yeah, no, me too, mate. Me too. Cannot wait. Get me to church. Get me to church. They have no pace at the back whatsoever. We need to get DJ and Willie running and be like, yeah, that's what I'm sort of looking at. Adam touched on Late Night Leeds on Friday that Tarkowski and Keane, big defenders, strong, physical. Maybe Metcha starts up front for that reason. But I do look at them and I think, you know, we can get in behind them. We can a bit of movement, a bit of strength from Metcha running in behind, holding him up. I feel honestly, I feel like as physical as they are, they're just bog standard Premier League defenders. You know, yeah, experience. They know how to play the game. They know how to usher a striker out of a game as well, and sort of, you know, make him not be ruthless in attack. But I do look at them too, and I think with Branthwaite out, that's a massive shot in the arm for Leeds United. I think Branthwaite plays it's a totally different sort of back four that, and he's a real talent who will probably not be at Everton too long. To be fair, he'll be moving on to bigger things. But I do think without him in the side, as much as Keane and Tarkowski are experienced in Premier League beyond, you know, anything we've got, I don't think they're as good or as talented as maybe some of our centre halves. So I do think there's an opportunity there. Anyone playing, whoever starts up front, will, you know, look at these big 2 brick shit houses, I guess, and think, right, I'm in for a game here. But I do think they'll also look at me and think, I can get at these. And especially if you're getting in a non or a Ramazani, which I think it'll be non-home left. And Dan James down that right, if you can get them past their fullbacks, whipping balls in, you know, attacking that near post like Leeds striker does, and try and get in between them 2 centre halves. I think we've got massive chance here, you know, and an early goal, and I think we're in dreamland. I really do. Take those like for Matt. Yeah, please stick a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new here. Thank you very much. Pirro, our main striker as it stands right now. Yeah, probably is. But because he's his main striker, it doesn't mean he'll start this one. Different horses, courses, and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I think Metcha starts. I do. Dirty Leeds. Evening, Matty. Excited for the season. Going to be a real challenge for us to stay up at this level. Has improved massively since we were last year. I feel. I'd actually disagree, mate. I actually sort of disagree. So we all think Brentford's going to struggle. Look dire. We all think Wolves are going to struggle. They played City, is what it is, but they are going to struggle. West Ham, we all think they're going to struggle. Boy, are they going to struggle. There's some sides in this Premier League where, I feel like the Premier League is getting way too many flowers for everyone being at a decent level. I don't see it. I don't see it. 15 years ago in Championship, would you have had players playing in Championship like we see these days? I'm too sure you would. Think of some players that have played in Championship. Mitrovic, even Solomon. There's some willing on. Or we've had loads players who 10, 15 years ago wouldn't have been. Championship used to be just dog shit. Like we talk about the Premier League levels risen so much. The Championship levels, risen as well. It's a decent league. It's a really competitive league. I think when you look at the last 2 seasons, right, there were a season, wasn't there, where Luton went up. They were always going to go back down. They're in League One now. Ipswich went up last season. They come from League One, and they were always going to come back down. You had Southampton who went up with that absolute tool as their manager. Stuck to his principles, even though we all knew it were going to go wrong. Came back down. Leicester, the manager left for Chelsea just before. I think game week 1 before they kicked the ball. They were always going to struggle. Like, you look at the teams that actually went up the last 2 years and come back down, and all of a sudden it means no one can do it. The quality to a degree has risen, it maybe at the top, but there's still so many teams who are gettable. Look at Sunderland yesterday. West Ham, Diouf, and Bowen. Loads of good talent in their side. Loads of talented players in their side. Lacking a bit of a goal threat, I think, other than Bowen. Can't do it all on his own. Lacking that focal point up front. Look a little bit, like I say, a little bit toothless. But again, these 4, 5, 6 teams added on to the newly promoted sides, who I think could all easily be dragged down. Yeah, Fulham are a better side now than what they were when we used to be knocking around in Prem. Forest are up there now. There is side. Bournemouth are better now than what they used to be. But there's also a lot of shit in there. So I get what people say. It looks like it. I feel it's just recency biased. I really do. I think the 6 teams that have come up the last 2 seasons, I kind of understand why they went down, and I kind of think it's fair. They were the worst sides as the season started, and rightly so they went down. I don't look at Leeds and maybe Sunderland now and look at them and go, you're nowhere near the Wolves. We're nowhere near the West Ham. I don't agree with that. At all. I think Leeds could have played a West Ham, a Wolves, a Brentford in FA Cup last season and maybe beat them. I think the top end of the Championship, now and again, will come up and go back down. That will happen. But the top end of the Championship isn't far off the bottom 5 of the Prem for me, the bottom 6 of the Prem. I think the last 2 seasons have sort of just ruined that, but I don't think it's as bad as people think. Not for a decent side coming up, and we're a fucking decent side. Decent side, us. And I think the whole thing when you come up, it's when you're naive. I mean, look at Burnley when they come up under Company, and it was like, oh, brilliant side playing great football. But they were naive. That, plan A don't work, just keep doing it, expecting different results. I think you've seen with Farke in pre-season. He's tweaking things, he's changing things. He knows the 4-2-3-1 with a nice fancy pants number 10 ain't going to work in Prem for Leeds United. He knows that. So look at the side we've built. Solid, hard to beat, resolute. Missing some key ingredients still, yes, but hard to beat first and foremost. And if you're hard to beat, you've got a chance of winning every game. So yeah, I don't know if I agree with this. The miles ahead. Yeah, maybe 70% of it is maybe 60-70% of it are way above our station right now. But there's definitely a pocket of teams there who aren't like years ahead of the newly promoted sides. They're not. Paul, side bottom. To be honest, it's all about what we do and stick to. I want to win, but I'll take a draw. If I'm honest, Paul, game week 1, I won't take anything other than a win. I ain't going to cry if we draw, but I wouldn't shake on a draw now. I'd gamble for 3 points, and I don't bet. I'm not a gambler, but I would gamble for 3 points. Exactly out Mersey Blue. Yeah, he will. If he can stay fit, he will score us goals. And if he didn't have the injury worries, he'd be playing at a side. He'd have left Everton and gone on to someone higher up the table instead of a newly promoted side. But I love that he sounds. I know they're going to say it, but it sounds like he really wants to be. Sounds like he's turned down maybe more money elsewhere. Maybe sides pushing higher up in the league had been linked with, and he's chose Leeds United. I love that. Love that. Yeah, they have, mate. Yeah, made some really good signings. They have. Nige wish the 49ers could somehow get Mitrovic in. He would fight. Mitrovic, you wouldn't even have to worry about going down. But again, how do you? My main thing is if we go out there and we bring in Nige, a top draw centre forward, like a top draw, next level, like a Mitrovic, I would say is top draw at his age, in his prime, will score goals for Leeds United 100% if he came in. How do you keep all of them motivated? Because there's an argument that every single Metch probably only won a percentage of fan base to say, yeah, well, he's at bottom at pile. I would probably say he probably would be in terms of on paper. But I think he's sure enough to be pushing for minutes too. But how would you keep 4 happy? That's when I look at Daniel Farke and think that's a tough gig that. You're bringing in 4, hoping everyone stays fit, obviously. But in the back of your mind, probably thinking, fucking hell, if they all stay fit, how do I keep them happy? And that's down to the manager, that's down to the team, the performance on the pitch. But how do you keep everyone happy when they're not getting minutes? Somehow we've seen Farke do that. Somehow, Ramazani, life and soul at party on promotion day, hardly getting any minutes, really in season when he should have been getting more minutes. So fair play to Farke, he somehow manages it. But that's a tough gig that if we bring in a Mitrovic or someone of that level with DCL, England national, Metcha play for Germany, and obviously Pirro, who probably rightly so should be getting minutes. It's a tough gig that. Yeah, I mean he's good. Everything I've seen him is good hold up play, good in air and all that, but he needs ball to feet as well. He's really good ball to feet. He's a really good finisher. I think his finishing's really underrated. I know, like I've seen some howlers. Don't forget, we've had Bamford for many years. We've seen him miss some howlers, but I think he's a decent finisher. I think he's a bit of a confidence player. We saw under Ancelotti had a manager that believed in him, and his level went through the roof. Can he get that under Farke? I believe he can. It's just, can he stay fit enough to get a consistent run of games? And then when he's in there, can Leeds find him in the box? Can our quality be enough for him to get on the end of stuff? And if it is, I think he'll get goals. He'll get goals. We need a 4th striker, I agree, but do we still play one up? You think with 3 on the bench? That's what I mean. It's hard, mate. I don't think we'll ever go 2 up top. I think there may be a tweak in certain against a 4-2-3-1. And if we don't bring in a 10, you've got Aronson. A lot of fans probably would say they'd rather him not be in the 10. If he's going to play, I'd rather him come on as a winger replacement. I thought he looked good in pre-season on that right wing. So do you look at a Pirro playing just behind a striker? Do you look at Metcha just playing off a striker? Because both of them can play there, whereas, Calvert-Lewin's just an out-and-out 9. If we bring another striker in, I think it'll be an out-and-out 9 with a flexibility. If you go to a 4-2-3-1, you can play a Pirro or a Metcha just behind that striker. So that's the only way I can sort of see him playing 2, but I do think in the majority of games, actually, they'll play a 4-3-3. So, yeah, three of them on bench. Metcha can come on wing as well. He can play a little bit more wider. He has done in his career, but, yeah, it's a mad one. Where you're sitting tomorrow night, Maya. East stand-upper. I don't know what section, mate, but East stand-upper. I was just buzzing. I was jumping around the living room. I actually got a ticket when it come out of my bank. I didn't even check where I was, other than East stand-upper. But yeah, when I watched DCL have his medical, he looked strong enough. I tell you what, he's got a leap on him, hasn't he? He's got a beast of a leap on him. Right, this one sounds good, lads, but it's hamstringing it. You become a full sprinter. Yeah, that's a worry. That's the worry. He's had a lot of injuries. One of them were a broken cheekbone, I think, or a broken nose. He can't do all about, collision injuries like that. But hamstring, you could see him, couldn't you, just bursting through one goal, and it could just go. It's that sort of thing where someone like DCL with his hamstring injuries, where it's, can he trust his body again enough for him to forget about his hamstring? That's what he needs to be. Everyone's had it where you've hurt yourself and, it feels okay and it feels like it's healed, but it's always in the back of your mind a little bit. Is it going to go again? Are you going to hurt yourself again? And when he's in full flight, it could just go. So that's the worrying thing about the injuries he's had. A lot of them, some of them can't be helped, but the hamstring is the one that has always kept coming back and he hasn't quite been able to get over. So let's just hope he has touch wood, a little bit of luck, because you don't need luck when it comes to injuries. And he's had a torrid time. And without the injuries, he's an England player. I fully believe that. We play from the back, long balls, not in Farke's philosophy. It's going to have to be. It's going to have to be. It's going to have to show a little bit of something different, I think, this season. It really is. A lot of talk about Pickford here. A lot of talk about Pickford. We'll see. He's going to be picking ball out of his net a couple of times tomorrow at least, I'm telling you now. Go on, Ashley. Pickford going to have a bad back tomorrow night. Be sore when sat on the bus going home. Go on, Ashley, lad. Darren Valle, mate. Realism required. I think Brentford, West Ham, Wolves, as well as the promoted teams, will struggle. Yeah, I think the side you've said there, 100%. I feel like I'm definitely getting to the point now where I'm reaching for stars and I aren't missing. I feel like I'm a little bit deluded. Yeah, until I see a ball kicked and see sort of how the temperature in the room is in terms of those Premier League sides, I'm going to remain massively positive. But you bet you like if we look poor and there's a massive gulf in quality, I'll call it out and I'll speak about it. But I just think what I've seen in pre-season, I just don't see us getting torn apart by, everybody in the league. I just don't see it. I think 50% of that league we can go beat. I really do. There's the obvious big games like away at Newcastle next week where, I don't expect us to win. Away at home, maybe, you're holding out for something, but away at us, I don't expect to win. But there's a lot of games where I think we'll be in game. If not, be able to win that, at least get a draw. Honestly, loads of chat about Pickford. Be nice in chat, guys. Be nice. Try and get through all the leading things. Ian Brown wouldn't say the better player is Stack, but he is class, to be honest. Yeah, we'll have to see. I think Stack's got a higher ceiling, but that's my opinion. You'll have the same opinion on yours, I'm sure. And like I say, unless his injury, he won't be missing a month in season as well. So that's massive for us. That's massive. He'll be available for 4 or 5 games more than what your 2 lads will be, as long as injury don't. But yeah, 100% take Stack over Sadiq any day, twice on a Sunday, 100%. Colin Blackshaw, evening everyone. Nerves gone for tomorrow night. I'm just excited, mate. I am just dead excited. It feels like we're waiting forever for it, doesn't it? With Leeds winning, it puts pressure on Leeds to get. Yeah, you know what it does. But honestly, Andy, Farke, Leeds players won't be thinking of that at all because we're not in a competition against Sunderland. I'm quite happy how the fan bases are at the minute because obviously me and Wayne do the bridging the gap on a Tuesday night and we're getting good numbers on there. And I think it's going to be a good show going forward for Leeds and Sunderland fans to come together and have a discussion. I think the transfer sagas and transfer business of both clubs has hyped up a bit of a rivalry for us in this season. I think it's going to be fascinating to see how both sides go. I want Sunderland to do well. I want them to stay up. I'd love Leeds and Sunderland to stay up. Possibility of that happening, bleak based on last 2 seasons that 2 will stay up. Clutching at straws maybe, but I do believe Leeds stay up. And why can't Sunderland with business they've done and tonking someone 3-0 in West Ham? A mint start for them. But internally, I don't think it puts pressure. I think the pressure's there anyway. And I don't think the pressure's massively on Leeds, but I think Farke's under pressure for that first game because I think Farke starts getting questioned really early. If we don't pick up a win there, we go away to Arsenal, another hard game against Newcastle. All of a sudden, we could be 3 games in going into the national break with no points on board. So I think it's massive for Farke. But yeah, I don't think the Sunderland result will impact anybody else other than the media and the fan bases. Like if we lose tomorrow, that show on Tuesday, bridging the gap, I'll be getting pelters. I know I will be getting pelters with 3 points in front of you and all that. And it's good banter. I'm here for that. But I don't think anyone internally will be looking at them, mate. Both strikers get decent minutes tomorrow, and maybe ACL gets 5 or 10. Yeah, I don't know who's going to play it. I don't know how they both get decent minutes, and then DCL comes on as well. Like I say, unless they shift it to maybe 4-2-3-1 and play one just off the back, in game during the game, maybe. It's going to be fascinating to see what that lineup is. Steve White's forever. Stack will be our standout player tomorrow night. He was not the only Prem team after him. Yeah, he will be standout this season, mate. Bold claim, especially when there's some non-Leeds fans in the chat. Stack will be the best player this season from a newly promoted side. And when I say best player, I mean stand out, absolute levels above everybody else in the three promoted sides. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. £17 million we pay for him. Come January, there'll be teams sniffing around. He is that good. He is absolutely different grade. He can do it all. He will be the best player from any newly promoted side this season, by far. Actually, I think Mecha will start too. I was saying that because Pino is our main striker at the min. Yeah. But yeah, I think Mecha starts tomorrow just on that physicality thing. But yeah, I would probably say if we don't bring another striker in between the three of them, I think eventually it'd be DCL. I think right now Pino's probably the preferred choice, but I think with it being a physical centre-half pairing, which I know every single centre-half pairing is going to be physical, but I think Mecha probably just edges it tomorrow for me. But I'm not asked who starts. It's a flip of a coin for me. I think if Pino plays against me, he'll find a way of being effective, because that's what Pino does. He finds a way of being effective. Mate, are you happy with our window so far? And can you see more? I can see more coming in, Colin, and I'm dead happy with window so far. I'm really happy with window so far. Fullback covers, my biggest worry now. Not another striker, not a winger, not a 10. Biggest worry now is that fullback cover. That's the scary part. You know, the thought of Schmidt playing tomorrow terrifies me, because all of a sudden an hour before kick-off, I'm stood in Peacock with a pint in my hand. I look at that team lineup. If Schmidt's starting, my confidence goes down straight up. Straight up. That's a massive concern. Whereas if we'd have had a James Justin, who I don't know what's happening now because he picked up an injury, I don't know if anyone's shining a light on that. And if he will play tomorrow, I'd be a lot more confident. Byram, I'm hoping starts if it's not Bogle. But again, productivity past the halfway line isn't going to be as nowhere near as what it will be with Bogle. How are we getting Okafor? It's looking likely, 91 Leeds. It's looking likely, but you never know, do you? I don't get too hung up on these sort of bits until the fruit door, because there's so many things that can happen. It looks like we're the only one sort of going for him for me, which is quite rare for us this season. Mr. White, I like the football in the Championship. It's real English football. The Premier League is foreign football, tippy-tappy shit. Nick G, nobody knows what is going to unfold this season. Let's just enjoy the journey, get behind the club manager. Yeah, and you know what it is, Nick? You bang on. Because if we did get relegated, guess what will happen next season? Absolutely fuck all. I'll still be there. You'll still be there. Everyone in chat will still be on here watching to see what I've got to say about it. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. I just, in my opinion, I think we'll do all right. I think we'll surprise a few, and I think we'll build, and we'll be an established Premier League side in 2 or 3 years, doing well, looking up rather than down. I think that's where our future is. The new stadium and all that. Yeah, that doesn't mean jack. The lads on the field have got to get you the points to stay up and consolidate as a Prem side. I get that, but everything, what the club's projecting going forward over the next 5 years, relegation is not in those projections, and it never is. Don't get me wrong. Not unless you're Norwich under Farke, then they were projecting it, but wild that. But I just don't see relegation being in our vocabulary anymore. I really don't. It feels different. The side looks different from where we were last time we were in the Prem, and now, yeah. I think we're absolutely right to be confident. Me as a fan base. Richard Hogan, tomorrow looks like a draw, which I would take at this stage. I wouldn't, mate. If it's a draw in the game, I'll be fine with it. But I would not take a draw now, mate. A few journos, mate. A few journos, but no one that I would be taking too much notice of till tomorrow. Paul, we'll see what comes out tomorrow. Ashley Bogle, Rodon, and Purdue will have got relegated, I believe, on their CV. They won't want any more relegations. Yeah, no, that's it. And it doesn't mean you're a bad player just because you got relegation on your CV. That Bogle played in a poor Sheffield United side, conceded a lot of goals, and he was part of that defensive unit. He was also the best player as well. And got a decent move off the back of it. So, yeah, if anything, you're probably right. It probably spurs them on. You need in life. Can you be successful all the time? Probably not. Sometimes you've got to go through hardships to be a success. And I think, what is it? Ampadu's free, I think, in different countries at a young age. I think that's going to make him, a great captain for many years, and a great player and great man for those experiences. So you know, you look at a CV, it doesn't show the full tale, it doesn't show the full story. But it's definitely something I won't want to experience again. They'll do everything they can not to do that, won't they? So, yeah, it's not a massive negative for me like it is for some people. Some people look at it, even Farke, you know, look at it's a massive negative. He's got look at his CV, relegation. And spin that on its head and go, well, they know, you know, what they need to do to not be relegated. They've got that experience. They've overcome it. They're playing now in a good side. They look confident. You know, they won't want to go there again. So they can lean in on that. They're leaning on your failures to get more success for me. Tell me the news are fake about. I don't know. It don't look fake. Joe Blackburn's just on a stream on it, mate. Go watch that. I ain't too sure, pal. I ain't too sure, guy. I don't want to talk about something I ain't too sure on. It looks like we may be getting, but I've known that for a few days. Have to see. Has Farke ever stayed up with Norwich or Leeds? He's been 4 times and down 4 times. No, he's been relegated twice with Norwich. That's it, mate. Yeah, relegated twice with Norwich. Should have walked away the second time with Norwich before season started because everything in the boardroom, everyone were talking about, they're not going to spend money because they're going down anyway. They didn't mind going down and being a yo-yo club, but he carried on with the job out of loyalty because they were first club to give him a chance in England. So he knew that second year with the players he had that they weren't good enough, and everybody were on the same page within the club at Norwich saying they are going to go down, but he tried to perform a miracle. So the second one, it's harsh, really. The club he was at sort of accepted they were going to go down before they even kicked the ball. What can he do in that instance? He should have walked away. You know, out of loyalty, he stayed, and now he's tarnished his reputation for having relegation on it. But yeah, 2 relegations. He couldn't believe after we were already relegated, didn't he? So you're right, Steve. Southampton did not change their way of playing. They thought it was okay to carry it. That's it. And I think if you're naive and you do that, then you will come unstuck. You will come unstuck. We can't play like we played every single game last season and expect, you know, same results. It's not going to happen. So we have to adapt. We have to change. We have to be different in different games for different opposition, different personnel. Farke has to trust his bench. Farke has to trust his squad. We can't get away with only playing 13, 14 players for the majority of the season. You know, only 2 or 3 subs off a bench when you can make 5 out of 9. He needs to look at his bench and see at least 7 or 8 of them he fancies. And if he can't do that, then we're going to struggle. What I've seen in pre-season, I think he likes to look at the majority of the squad, which is great, and we've seen a different tactic and a different level of nous, I think, from Farke this pre-season, which gives me confidence that he's going to adapt not just in like 4 games, but in games. You know, maybe he starts with a 4-3-3 and instantly realises it didn't work in the first 10 minutes. Has to adapt it, make a sub, maybe do it, come to a 4-2-3-1. I want him to be ruthless. Making a sub after 10 minutes is a bit brutal. He's not Bielsa. Come on, Calvin, on your marching orders. But you know what I mean. I feel like he's learned his lesson. He don't want a 3rd relegation. That's a fact. And yeah, I believe he's got all the tools. I really do. Well, maybe not quite yet, but we'll have all the tools. Leeds lads, we are absolutely shite. Yeah, he ain't going to come to Leeds Mitrovic, mate. But if he did, they've already said they'll pay his wage off potentially. Will the Saudis give him an opportunity to move over here? He won't need 500 grand a week. He'll be retired on what he's made over there already. You only need to play in Saudi for a year, don't you? And you've earned probably 10 years' wage, no tax and all that. So he'd be dropping his wage significantly to come to any Premier League side, not just us. 168 watching. Honestly, guys, these numbers are crazy every show. Thanks so much. 94 likes, so only 6 away from 100. Can you please smash us a like if you haven't done already, mate? Please. Thank you very much. Mr. White, no top players want to play under Farke because of his record. Only the Germans will play for him. I can't. I disagree. But I ain't going to argue your point because I ain't got no to back it up. But Pajaldale fell through. You can say because of Farke, or you could just say the likelihood is, based on all the media hype, that Leeds are going to get relegated or struggle. And Marseille ain't going to have anything like that, and they're going to be in Europe. So people are looking at Farke or Underwood for not getting deals done. Maybe it's, you know, are we losing loads of targets to sides in and around us? People say, yes, Sunderland. We haven't lost targets to Sunderland. There are a couple of players we were looking at or potentially looking at, and they went Sunderland. But money, for me, maybe that talks. You can't tell me they picked Sunderland and they had the identical talks with us. You know, same amount of input from both clubs, same wage in the pitch. You can't tell me that as fact. Nobody knows. For me, maybe a more attractive pay packet will have helped there. But when you look at the top players coming to Leeds United, got stacked through the door, German granted, but he's still a top player. Couldn't care about, you know, where he's from, what a top player he is, and they still work to be done in this window. I don't think we've gone for. I mean, how many targets have we gone for that we actually haven't got? People say El Canoes, there's loads. We don't know that though, do we? We know Pajau. We know Pajau. But I think it's very harsh to say he didn't come to Leeds because of Farke. But again, I haven't got no flip side of that where I go, well, look, we've got him, you know. It's not like we've got Rafinha playing for us now, is it? You know, he came for Bielsa, he came for Leeds and all that. But it's hard for me to argue my point. I just believe that Farke's a good enough manager to stabilise as a Premier League club, and then maybe we'll kick on with somebody else after that. We'll have to see. But I think it's very harsh to just presume the manager's the problem for not getting top level players in. But you are entitled to your opinion, buddy. But I just disagree. Dirty Leeds. Back in 01-02, we had 5 strikers at the club. Viduka, Smith, Fowler, Keane. That mental that when you read them out, and we kept them all happy. I think one more marquee signing up top would be perfect. Mental that, in it, when you read them out. Mental. Bridges, I think, were he out quite a lot. But yeah, the thing is, back then though as well, Dirty Leeds, you played 2 up top, didn't you? You played 2 up top, but when you read that front line out, mental. But like I say, you played 2 up top, so you were left with 2 on bench. Bridges were usually out injured, wasn't he? But yeah, I get that. So is Bogle fit or not? That's a big question. If Bynum and Schmidt play, we will be looking to get a point. I think if Bynum plays, we've got more chance of winning game than if Schmidt plays. I think Bogle plays. The fact he was back in team training partly on Thursday, back full in Friday. He still had Saturday, Sunday, and Monday morning. He still had 3 or 4 sessions left. So I'd be surprised if he didn't play. But yeah, you don't know. If he isn't 100% fit, you don't risk him for me, even though it feels like a massive game. It is a massive game, but you don't want him to aggravate him and be out for longer. But I think he plays. Pepsi Max is in the glass, and I just, yeah, it would irritate me. So I had a bit of a trim, but took it a bit too far. Do you prefer it or not? I agree, David. I agree. The club wouldn't have signed DCL if they weren't confident with him staying fit. Plus, look at Farke's record. Byron, Solomon, just to name 2. DCL is going to be great for us. Get your own channel, David. Bang on money, mate. Bang on money. Pass the medical too. Like I say, the hamstring is his hamstring. Who knows? Who knows? Touch wood, it'll be all right. But right now, guess what? His hamstring's fine. Guess what? Right now, he's fit. Right now, no injury would he? Oh, we wouldn't have signed him, would we? So if something goes, it goes. I could step out that fucking door tomorrow and get hit by a bus. You just got to live your life, haven't you? He's fit now, and he's got massive potential as DCL to be a decent striker for us. So you just got. Is it a bit of a gamble? Potentially, it's not a big financial gamble, but maybe it's a bit of a gamble. Are we hanging his hat on him? You know, for staying in the division? I would argue no, because we're looking at bringing in a 4th striker potentially, who may be better than the other 3, and we've still got Pino and Metcha, who I was happy-ish with anyway. He isn't going to be expected to be our number 9 for 90 minutes, week in, week out. That's just not the fact. There's competition there. So they've took a gamble on him being fit. But what's life without a booking gamble? Not everything's a dead cert. There is a grey area in every situation, and you've got to take a gamble now and again. We haven't got, with the financial strains of PSR, we've got to take a bit of a gamble. You know, there'll be fans kicking off if we don't spend 170, 150, 160 million quid, whatever it is that we think they've got in the war chest. Maybe that was the maximum, and maybe they're happy to go to that, but maybe now they don't need to go to that. Maybe DCL saved them 25, 30 million quid, because if he's fit, guess what? He could be potentially that sort of value of player. He will have been a few years back under Ancelotti. They were Arsenal looking at him. So they took a bit of a gamble potentially. But what's life without a gamble, eh? Luke Owens, hiya mate, morning Mike from Australia, so excited for the match tomorrow. I feel bad for you on the other side of the world. The old days thrown out when it bloody knackered getting up at middle at night to watch Leeds. So I quite like ice hockey. Toronto Maple Leafs fan. I watched the documentary about 3 years ago and just loved it. So first season when I got into ice hockey, I used to set my alarm and wake up at like 3 in the morning to watch it. lasted about 2.5 hours, and I try and go to sleep for an hour before I go to work, and it ruined me. I did that for a whole season, and then they didn't win the Stanley Cup because they never do. And then I just watch highlights now because I just can't do it. I cannot get up all night to watch that. It's a killer. So I sort of get it with that. I hope so, mate. 91 Leeds, we just need to spend 30 mil on a 9, quick, smart, or we are not going to get enough goals with what we have. Yeah, we'll have to see. And I know you want to be proven wrong with that, mate. I know you want to be proven wrong. I just have a bit more faith in what we've got currently than what other people do, but I totally get it. It's not a dead cert that they'll score goals, those three. For me, in my opinion, I live with me glass half full and glass half empty. And at the minute, I don't see any reason to go against my gut. My gut's telling me I'm hungry. No, my gut's telling me they're going to do all right. And whether I've got anything to base that on other than a gut feeling, I don't know. But I'm just living on. I'm living on that side of the fence at the minute. Again, David, bang on. This is something I didn't mention today, but obviously I've mentioned on previous streams before. Another thing is it favour the half of the leagues in Europe. The smaller squads might struggle with the workload. I agree. You know, you look at your Forest, your Palaces, sides that you think will be in and around that, you know, pushing that top 10. All the usual candidates are in there, obviously, but you've got pretty much 11 teams not in Europe, 9 in. That's massive having that many in Europe. You can have teams playing on a Wednesday, on a Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday, or Thursday, Sunday. If they stay in competition long enough, which hopefully they do, you know, they're playing really strong competitive sides midweek, and then they're having to play Leeds United at Elland Road. It's massive. It's massive. Yeah, the bigger sides, you know, the top 4, the top 6, they have squads big enough for it. But the other 3 or 4 sides in Europe don't. They want to have, but they don't. They don't. So massive opportunity this season. This is why I also think that the 3 that come up go back down. I think this season, people may say it's an anomaly or whatever. I just think this season it's highly likely that 1 or 2 of us, you know, have the best possibility to do that for that reason. I agree. Fine, he needs to be in the box, and we need to find him. He doesn't need to be sprinting here, there, and everywhere. Keep him where he's effective, in and around that 18-yard box, just in and around there. Bang. I agree. Why can't we buy even 1 top quality player from all over the world? Players dream of playing the Premier League. How can't we recruit 1? It's not over yet, mate. It's not over yet. We will see. So, yeah, for me, they're probably right now our best 2 players. Bogle, honestly, is going to have a great season, I think. I predict a 2-0 win for you tomorrow night. Cheers, Stephen. Appreciate that. Oh, nice one. It will have been. Hey up, Jammy. Hey up, my mate. Farke still got records to break at Leeds. Top flight. Broke many in 2 years, so be aware. Beware. Are you going vlogging the match tomorrow, bruv? Yes, Rich. I will be vlogging the match tomorrow. Anyone who hasn't seen my Dublin vlog from the weekend, please go check out. I took loads of footage of the whole weekend in Dublin, from the pubs of Temple Bar to the Aviva Stadium. Class. Got really well received. But yes, I will be trying to do vlogs for every home game. I enjoy doing them. I enjoy putting the content together. I'm getting a bit more confident out and about now, so I'm hoping to get a few fans' reactions before game and after game. I'll be doing so tomorrow night. The plan is I'll do a vlog. I'll be going out Tuesday morning. Straight after the game, we'll be walking back to the car. Me and Priestley will be doing almost instant match reaction, which I'll put out there. So game will finish. I'll get back to the car maybe 10:15. Hopefully, I'll have that out within an hour. So it'll be late on, be about this time. Get that out as a pre-record. 10 minutes in car, a bit of an almost instant match reaction. If anyone hasn't seen the Swansea reaction from last season, me and Priestley did. That's the only one we've done. It was, I weren't happy, and he was just taking the piss, as best mates do. I'm hoping I won't blow my lid as much this season, but we probably are going to have moments like that. But I'm sort of expecting it not to be as easy. You know, when you drop points in 90+ minutes to Swansea at home in a promotion racing season, it's different to dropping points to a Premier League outfit coming to Leeds, in it. So it's a bit different feel. Don't expect to be successful every week, but that's my plan tomorrow, mate. And then I'm going to Arsenal away on Saturday. My first proper away day. I did Middlesbrough away last season, one of the last games of the season. Loved it, but yeah, London with Garforth Whites. Setting off from Garforth Witherspoon, I think at 9:30 in the morning. Saturday won't get home till probably midnight or whatever the time I get home. I don't know, but that'll be getting vlogged as well. So that'll be a really interesting one. Couldn't imagine being an Everton fan. It's like shopping at Primark when your next door neighbours are shopping at Harvey. I love that. I love that. DJ brace to Ethan. I would love him to hit the ground running in the season, because his pre-season's been a little bit, hasn't been great preparation for our main guy last season, which for me, what our main man last season was DJ. He was outstanding. I hope to God he's going to get it right this season. I really do. I absolutely love DJ. Farke was already under pressure. You have 5 days to prepare for the sweet battering he'll take at Arsenal. I don't think we get battered at all this season. I think we'll be the hard to beat tag is going to be well mentioned this season. I really do. Yeah, I have, mate. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people mention Parrott, but he hasn't been linked properly, I don't think, as I mentioned early on. But I were in Dublin. He was probably one of their best players. Walker for. If we had Bogle and James, Bogle and James last season, Steve, were just unreal on that right-hand side, weren't they? Hey up, Craig Smith. Tomorrow night will be incredible. Elland Road under the lights. Live to the world, showcasing Leeds United. Tough game ahead, but I have full confidence in this team and Farke. Love the positivity. That's what it's all about, buddy. I think the positivity at the minute I think it's where we should be. You know, I haven't lost many games at home in 2 seasons. 190 points in total. Unbeaten in pre-season. Because we haven't signed, if we had Pajau in team now, I don't think there'd be no negativity. But because we haven't signed, maybe that next bracket up, it's got left a bit of a negative notion in the fan base. But I think, what have we got to be down about? You know, let's see how we go. Let's back the boys. And I know everyone will, even people who's got a few doubts and stuff. But until I see it with my own eyes that we're not up to the level, and then I'll speak about it, I'm going to remain positive. And let's do what Leeds do best. Let's get a win, and let's have that beautiful anthem, I Predict a Riot, echoing round the world. I think we'll batter them if the atmosphere is good. It's going to be as mad as I think it is. It's going to be good. Yeah, I think it's helped us, Ethan. Been a night game. I think it's massively helped us. I think the anticipation throughout the day, it's just get everyone fired up, and I love it under the lights. For me, it goes up a level. If Leeds get relegated, it'd be a great season next season. The Championship is great. Yeah, let's not think about that though, mate. Richard Hogan. Imagine being a football supporter from Sheffield at the moment. Oof, mental. Absolutely mental. Rob, I'd love to see Ramon and Nonto starting tomorrow. Brendan Harrison should be nowhere near the starting places. Neither are, is that what you're thinking? Yeah, Ramon and Nonto I'd love, but that means Dan James is injured, so I'd rather that not be the case. Yeah, I've seen that, mate. Swedish lad. Not sure. The Ori Orkerson, the Icelandic striker. I've had a few people say this. Obviously, I put a video out saying it. I just know for a fact from a top-tier source, a proper sports journalist magazine, that we were in talks, are in talks. I hadn't heard anything since. I was kind of hoping it'd come out to be common knowledge that we were looking at him. They brought in DCL. We're still looking at another. Maybe that'll be him. Maybe it won't be. But he's on his list. We have made contact with Ori Orkerson, as far as I'm aware, and I like the profile of the player, so I did a video on it. But it's never concrete we'd get him. But I know it will concrete. He's on the list, and we have made some sort of approach. But a lot needs to happen for the deal to go through, doesn't it? So we'll have to see. DF is just like the rest of us. We all learn through our mistakes. Of course you do, mate. Of course. Tam, to be fair, our win against West Ham has really put Leeds under pressure to get a point. It's going to be like this all season. If you win tomorrow, then we have a must-win. Yeah, I don't know though, Tam. That's because you're a Sunderland fan, and you're looking at Leeds. Like, I'm looking at Sunderland because I'm my mate's Wayne, and we've got a weekly show on it. So I'm really intrigued by you guys, but we're in competition with another 18 teams by yourself. I quite like it, like I say, for my own purposes for our show. Makes it a bit more interesting, but I don't think it has any bearing. I think if we beat Everton, I don't think you got pressured against Burnley because of what Leeds have done. I think you got pressured against Burnley because you need as many points as you can get to stay up, irrespective of what Leeds do. It makes no difference, really. There's 2 game weeks where there's pressure and there's eyes on both teams, and that's when we play each other. But I like it. The media, certain fans will push that narrative. But there'll also be a lot of Leeds fans that couldn't give a shit what Sunderland do, and there'll be loads of Sunderland fans that don't give a shit, but there will be a proportionate fan base who are like, oh my God, they won yesterday, and you did it emphatically. So now Leeds, a lot of people did Leeds have to do it emphatically, but Everton a different team at West Ham. You know, different team, better players, better manager for me as well. Richard, everyone please hit the like button. Yeah, please stick a like. 118 likes, absolutely brilliant. Honestly, I get 100 likes nearly every show now, which is just unreal. The support from my community is absolutely class. I love you all a bit. But yeah, 173 watching, 119 likes now. Thanks so much. Even getting a little bit higher, that'd be absolutely class. While I waffle on, tea time. Did I say tea time? Because if I did, that's what it is. It's not dinner time, it's tea time. Dinner time is lunch, about 12, 1 o'clock. Tea time is tea time. Yes. We have to be clinical tomorrow. You know what it is, Mark? This is going to make me sound daft again, but I always sound daft. So in the Premier League, you have to be clinical. I think tomorrow night we'll have more chances to win than just 1 or 2 chances, though. I think tomorrow night we're going to have multiple chances to win games. So, yeah, we need to be clinical in every game. There'll be games where we may only get 1 or 2 chances. I think tomorrow night we'll get more than that. I won't lie. But of course we do. And I think if we can be clinical early on and get an early goal, I think we could score 2 or 3. I really do. I really, really do. And if we get in front early on, you better watch out, you toffees. Cats promotion. Leeds have 7 new players, most over 6 foot and powerful. This is a different team from the Championship, of course it is. We've improved in the areas we had to improve in. West Yorkshire auditor. Are you off to the game tomorrow? As I'm off tomorrow night. Can't wait, mate. I am, mate. East stand-upper, and I'll be in the Peacock from about 6:45 for about an hour with my best pal Priestley. So if you see me in the Peacock, come and give us a chin wag. May even get you on camera for a bit of a chat if you're up for it. But yeah, I'll be about, mate. Good point. Matty, you look better without the pootash. Look younger too. I hate it, mate, but it is what it is. Yeah, actually, Jesus, Sunderland only beat a piss ball West Ham side. They think they hammered PSG the way they're going on. I think how emphatic it was. If we beat Everton tomorrow, we'll be buzzing. What if we beat them 2 or 3-0? We'll be over the moon with that. To keep a clean sheet and score 3 goals in Prem against anyone, you know, is pretty good going. So I kind of get it. But they did this last season, did Sunderland, actually. They were top of the league for a while, weren't they? And whether they worried you or not, they were up there and, you know, had you thinking, bloody hell, they're doing well at Sunderland. They might do something similar again in terms of, you know, for 3 games, win them all, because they've got a fairly good run, but they've got the AFCON to go, where they lose 5, 6 players, you know, for a month. They've got the fact that the level of opposition will go up, they will improve, you know, once they get in the stride, there'll be a lot of points dropped, a lot of games where we don't get wins, those newly promoted sides. It's about getting on board early and quick, and those games you should be winning or need to be winning, which is a West Ham at home, you know, your Burnleys, your Brentfords at home, who they've got after Burnley away. So there's a lot of points early on that can pick up there, and momentum's massive in sport and life, and, you know, it's a great start for them. Is Solomon fit for Spurs because he's going to be on that bench all season? Yeah, I'd have Solomon, me. I'd welcome Solomon back with open arms. I know we're in for Okafor now, but I would have him. Martin Nolan, hey up, my friend. Just watched JB's stream. Just jumped in here. I'll go back and watch my start. Martin buzzing for tomorrow. You take care, Martin. I'm buzzing too, mate. I hope you're well, buddy. Yeah, I agree, mate. Smash a like and subscribe to our Matty. Cheers, Jamie, always in here. Thanks so much. Someone said stop sniffing up. Do I always sniff? I've got a bit of a runny nose, but maybe it's a bit of an habit. Sorry if it's a bit off-putting. Lewis, can't see anything but an Everton win. They are solid at the back, and I think they will score 0-1. Are you a Leeds fan, Lewis? Fine if you are, like. His mouth is a lot lighter than usual with Matt shaving his mustache, yeah. Yeah, there were bits I saw Brentford looked awful today. Are you surprised? Are you surprised? It's exactly what I think they'll have for the season. Your chat with Priestley will be good, Steve. White's forever. It usually is. I'm looking forward to the vlogs. The Island one was amazing. Thanks, Rich. Went down really well. Did the Island one. Really enjoyed putting it together as well. A lot of people don't like people filming out, getting the phone out. And I was dead nervous about doing it to start with. But as I've done this channel now, I've vlogged every home game last season. Some of them weren't great. But like speaking to Martin Nolan as well out in Ireland at the Camden when I was there last week, and there's a lot of people who, like Steve, Mr. Whitesnake in New Zealand, a lot of people who live in other countries and can't get to the games on a regular basis, if at all, and giving them a little bit of that match day experience, sharing my match day experience. And it usually starts off me asking my twins, what scores going to be their score predictions, and one of them will say 19-0 and Arthea will say 3-0 pretty much every game. And it's, me drive to the game, have a bit of a natter while I'm driving, speak to Priestley, get his thoughts pre-game and post-game. It's just my routine. Someone who suffered with mental health massively, meeting Priestley, my best pal, and going to Leeds games brought me through that, and now I speak openly about that. And now I'm 3 years, fast forward 3 years, and I'm like a totally different person to where I was 3 years ago. And, Leeds United, for good or bad, they brought me through that period of time, even sometimes when my family didn't, I couldn't, or I didn't want anybody to help me bring through it, just getting out there and having that bit of me time, that bit of selfish me time. Elland Road, Leeds United, my best pal, I love it, absolutely love it. And it's something I'll always want to do now till the day I die, have that bit of time for me once a week, once a fortnight, whenever it is. I thought I'd struggle in pre-season a lot more than I have. I think having this channel's massively helped. Being able to come on here on the regular and speak about Leeds United, because honestly, I was panicking a little bit, thinking how am I going to cope? Because it's sort of like my crutch when you're having a bad week. It's like, football's a weekend, it's brilliant. So I always want to share my vlogs. I always want to share my routine. And a lot of people like seeing them. So yeah, my vlog, I'll try and get it pieced together Monday night, Tuesday morning, get it out before dinner time on Tuesday. Because I do think you've got a bit of a shelf life with them. You leave it too long, post out towards back in the week, everyone's already started looking at Arsenal then, and they're not to us. So it's a case you always feel a little bit rushed with stuff, getting stuff out in time. But I'll make sure I get it done and it's out Tuesday morning. Here, hope it's a good game tomorrow and a great advert for the Premier League. Please don't embarrass ourselves. We won't, mate. We won't. By the way, what did you enjoy most about Dublin? Been there, genuinely been there with wife. We're class. Not being mum and dad for the weekend, being able to be silly and daft and dance and sing. Just, I think the culture that Leeds United has as a fan base, just the whole feel. Going to Camden after the game and seeing other creators like Jer and Connor and Darren and Dillo and Eddie, and just seeing other content creators, seeing, being I think I got stopped maybe 30 or 40 times by people like Martin and chat and others who, wanted to come and say hello out the fans at the channel, and meeting people, and just that whole feel-good factor around the whole weekend. It was just such a good vibe. And Dublin's like that anyway, Richard, but, plonking, loads more Leeds fans in there than what usually is there, and there's a bloody lot of them anyway. It was just ace. It was like Leeds just dominated the city for, 2 days, and it was just class. The football kind of was secondary to everything else, if I'm honest, Richard. Whether we won, lose, lost or draw, just the whole feel of going to watch Leeds, getting on an airplane and stepping off to watch Leeds in another country and stuff. It was unreal, mate. Unreal. 3-0 tomorrow, mate. Oh, Kilgallen, I like that, man. I like that a lot. Well, you don't hope there's a Swansea-esque stream tomorrow, because if there is, it means you've lost. 2 bang average sides will end in a draw and shake hands. Never known anybody, Tommy K, think he knows as much as you, mate. You need to have a channel. I would be your first subscriber to watch what you actually talk about. Because you're a Forest fan, aren't you? So I can't say no about you because you've just won 3-1. 4 more players to join, 100%. I think we need minimum 3, mate. 4 would be class. 4 would be class. Can't remember the last 2 games we last played on Monday night. Ooh, Sunderland and Sheffield United, man. Belters, absolute belters. El Mersey Blue, honestly, every like third or fourth comment, he's chatting to chat. Well involved. You think it was someone else, Immortal Reaper? Honestly, I get so much stick for Tash. I shave it off and I get just as much stick for shaving it off. Can't win, can I? Should have shaved half of it off. Yeah, a trimming incident gone too far. Yeah, looks a good player in John. He looks a cracking player. Said it last season, it's just as important. Score the first goal, take it from there. Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. Strengthening at the back was important to ensure we keep clean sheets. Probably the most important part of staying up. Yeah, I think so. They've started from the back. They've built a solid foundation, a solid base there. Be tough to beat. Don't concede many goals. And then back the forward players to do the business. Are we a little bit light up there, lacking a little bit of quality? Yeah, I can see that. Is there still enough in there to change a game and win a game? Maybe. Against the sides we need to be beating, I think we've still got enough. Over the course of, a full season, 38 games, do we need a bit more up there? We do. Is there still time to get one? Yes. 1 or 2 of these next level bracket up players through the door. Yeah, there is. There's still time. Are we looking at them kind of players? We know we are, because we've been linked with them, we've nearly got them. Just got a back that they'll do it. Got to go. Take care, everyone. Thanks for the stream, Matty. Jamie, thanks so much, man. Take care. I'll see you on the next one. Go on. 5-0. Sullivan watching this live, I bet. He'll be watching tomorrow night. There are 5 of the top 17 that will struggle this season. What you do? We played there, Merseyside. We played there. Played Milan in Dublin. What a new went. Of course I did. Of course I did, mate. The Dublin vlog was awesome, Matty. What a great watch that was. Class. Thanks so much, man. I probably got the most praise out of any video I've ever done for that. People loved it. Absolutely loved it. Go on, Robbo. Yeah, man. No, I won't, mate. But if people had wanted to go, they'd have gone. No qualms. No qualms. You are who you are. I'd have been on dance floor if it was. Trust me. Trust me. Class. Yeah, I can see that too. It's gone quite quiet on loans, hasn't it? But I would envisage the last couple of days at window, Richard, we bring a few in just for numbers. Stuart Jennings. Keep doing what you're doing, Matt, your class, mate. Thanks so much, man. I love that, Stuart. Thanks so much, buddy. Really appreciate it. I predict a riot. That's what it'll be tomorrow, mate. Yeah, I've seen enough. Yeah, I've seen enough. I just took Mersey Blue out because he was doing me head in. He was doing me head in. Every other comment with him, he was just proper blagging me head. So he's gone. Appreciate that, mate. I appreciate that. Russ Vernon, I'm excited for tomorrow night. Can see us winning the game and smashing Everton. I hope so, Russ. I hope so, pal. I can see it too. I'm going to get to a bit of a score prediction now. So I genuinely think, I said 2-0. I'm going to go 3-0. I'm going to go 3-0. But I say 3-0 all the time, don't I? Said that all the time at Champo. I'm going to go 3-0. Yeah, I'm going to change it from a 2-0 to a 3-0. I don't think they score. I think I've seen enough in our defence to suggest, even in pre-season, we look solid. I think as midfield, I think the fact that I believe they'll play a 4-2-3-1. So looking at this yesterday, this was late night Leeds yesterday. If you haven't watched it on Friday, so go back and watch it if you want. Won't be relevant probably after tomorrow night. But this was Adams' predicted lineup on late night Leeds. So that's with Bogle being unfit. He banged by them. Right, this is Adams' prediction on Friday night. He thinks he'll go Vampiro, Tanaka and Stack. which I can see. Nonto, James, Metcher. I think Metcher may start over Pido, but again, that's really probably the only talking point for me. But yeah, that's the side he thinks. Looking at that, I think that's about right. I love Ramazani, but I would think Nonto will start over him. I'm hoping Bogle plays over Byram, but I can easily see that being. I can see that being the lineup. But when you look at that midfield there, then you compare it to what Everton's likely lineup is. I think Mikalenko might be out injured, but looking at that lineup, has a predicted lineup, two in midfield, Garner and Gay. Do you honestly think it's out of the realms of possibility that our three can overrun them, out muscle them, out fight them? Genuinely think our midfield wins this game, lads. I really do. I think our midfield, we saw with Leeds United when we used to struggle when we played a 4-2-3, when we used to struggle against a 4-3-3. Used to really struggle. You know, that extra body in midfield can be very tough to sort of, if they go with this lineup, which they may not, if they go with this lineup, I genuinely feel Garner and guys in for a hard game. I really do. So that's what I think the game we won or lost in midfield. I think we get that early goal. I think we absolutely dominate. I think we win 3-0. It was just doing me head in. I don't know if you guys thought it was being same, but yeah, we're doing me head in a little bit. Every other comment with him, and he started getting a little bit too much for me. Not needed. 171 still watching after an hour and a half at 11:30 on a Sunday night. 130 likes, absolutely amazing. Can we get that to 150? You absolute fucking legends. Love you all, man. Thanks so much. Honestly, the support on this channel has been unreal. The subscriber count, the views count, everything's just gone through the roof. And I don't actually know why. I don't actually know how. Consistency, I guess, but I'm always doing stuff. But the fact that anyone still wants to watch it is pretty mind blowing. So honestly, massive appreciation on my behalf to you guys for watching me. I absolutely fucking love it. You've helped turn my life around, you guys. This community I've sort of created on here, and you've helped me create. It really has. It's giving me that extra piece of the jigsaw that I didn't realize I needed, but love it, man. Thanks so much. Rich Sullivan, evening, pal. I love the channel. Really buzzing for tomorrow now. 2-0 winning coming. Cheers, Rich. Thanks for that again, mate. Again, thanks for support. Yeah, I think a clean sheet, and I said 2-0, but I'm going to go 3-0 just because I'm getting giddy now. We're 27 minutes off saying we played Everton tonight. 3-1 Leeds. Tezza 1-all. Slimo Day, Matt. Hey, big up, Matt. Like what you're doing. Thanks, mate. Thank you. Top Banana, thank God you've got rid of him. Stop me being in the chat. Ah, well, there you go. I'd rather have you in here, mate. 100%. Thanks, buddy. Willie going to shine tonight? I hope so. He's looked good in pre, mate. He's looked good. Top Banana. Tickle those likes for our Matty. Thanks so much. My team for tomorrow: Petty, Bogle if fit, or Byram yet. Rodon, Strat, Goodmanson, Tanaka, Amps, and Stack. DJ, Pido, Nonto. Exactly the same as AG, bar the striker. He thinks Metchid on his starts. That's how I see it, Ashley. That's how I see it, buddy. That's exactly how I see it. That's good, pal. Just wanted to make sure it wasn't just an innocent mistake. Grealish might score. He's good. Yeah, he can be good. He isn't the £100 million player he once was. But if he's playing against Schmidt, dare I say it, and I don't like digging anyone out, but he might like a £200 million player. So hopefully, yeah, he's on it. Whoever's playing right back, Longstaff player to make runs past them midfielders. Maybe. I just think Ampadu will sit. I think Stack definitely plays. I think Tanaka, we've been at home. I think Tanaka might just play for that little bit of quality that we're made. We say we're lacking that little bit of cutting edge, maybe up top. I do think Tanaka's great, chipping in with a few goals he did that last season. I think he can find a pass. I think a little bit more advanced Tanaka will be crucial. So I think having a Ampadu, Stack and Longstaff's a little bit more limiting, but I do agree he's got an engine on him. But I also think he can do that coming on at 65th, 70th minute as well to see game out. Hey up, mate. Of course you can get that, Matty. Thanks, mate. Our midfield, I hope you're well anyway, Mark. Our midfield is technically far better than Everton's. We have Joy down the sides too, as their full backs are pretty average. Just have to take care of and die. Yeah, I mean, like you say, you think Everton, right? I don't think anybody expects Everton to go down, do we? Let's be fair, we don't. We can have a laugh and a joke, but we don't. But you look at, apparently, we have no chance of staying up. Apparently, the Championship sides coming up are miles apart in quality to the Prem sides. I beg to fucking differ. I beg to fucking differ. Dewsbury Hall, fair enough, decent. Alcaraz, decent. Barry, decent. I won't pick and die. I won't, honestly, outside Dewsbury or Alcaraz and Barry, I won't take any of their players over ours. Neither of them midfielders start for us. Keenan Tarkowski over Rodon and Biol or Strout, they won't start for us. O'Brien at right back, decent player. Would you have him over Bogle? Would you fuck? Pickford, decent compared to Mez, yeah, decent player. People love him, people hate him. Pickford, decent for England, done what he's been at Everton, done what he's done. Would you have him over Perry? Probably not right now. We're excited about Perry, aren't we? So as much as people say the goal's massive, that's Everton, who won't be a relegation threatened side, by the way. And for me, our side is better than Everton's. There'll be Everton fans who go, fuck off. It's better than Everton's. Our side is better than Everton's. And there's many more sides our side's better than. So why is the goal so big? Because other sides that have come up have done shit. But those other sides aren't fucking Leeds United, are they? They're not Leeds United. They haven't got the fan base we've got. The players don't have the connections with the fans. They can't get a home. The home stadiums don't care who you are. Does not emulate what we have at Elland Road. Our fan base and our player connection. When it's good, it's good. It just doesn't happen. And our side, 2 years in Championship, we've built a fucking brilliant side to get promoted with. And for me, we've got a leg up on every single team that came up. Sunderland have spent big because guess why? Because they fucking had to. 24 points behind us last season, Sunderland were. 24 points behind us. Lost the best player and also lost one of the best youth talents who got the winning goal to send them up. If you're moaning that we haven't brought in players, probably because we're backing the players who got us there, which you have to do to a degree. I mean, Sunderland had 7 or 8 players in that starting lineup that didn't get promoted with them, and fair enough, they got a 3-0 win. If they do that all season, they'll be laughing more there. I think we've got the balance right. I think we brought in what we need to bring in. So far, we need a little bit more, and we will do that. But you've also got that balance right. I personally don't want to see 9, 10 new faces in a starting lineup. I don't. 5 or 6 maybe. Bench, 3 or 4 maybe. Try and get that balance right. Of course it is. Of course it is, Colin. Like I say, how is that untouchable for a newly promoted side? If that's untouchable, then what are we playing here? Thank you, Matt. You helped so many people in here. Thanks, Rich, man. Thank you so much, mate. 10:30 in another New Zealand watcher. Classmate, hope you well, Ralph. Oh, Rafinha. I'm hoping our keeper's fully fit and match. Let's hope so, mate. Buzzing for tomorrow night, Matty. Thank you, mate. Pleasure to have the chat on here. Yeah, thanks, Ashley, mate. Love it, mate. Thanks so much. 3-1 Leeds. Piddo with the first. Could see it. 3-1 Leeds. Everton to score first. It's even better when you come from behind, although I hope that doesn't happen. What's the over/under on Grealish dives he plays? Oh, he's going to get pellets, and he's going to be diving around. He's going to be getting money thrown at him and food thrown at him from corner flag. It's going to be interesting much, but I don't mind Grealish as a bloke, I really don't. Top Banana, you're helping me try to turn my life. Top Banana, mate, you're always in chat. If you want to have a chat, message me, mate. That DM me. I'll have time for you, bud. I'll make it. But I hope you're doing well, brother. Matt Jones, 3-1 win, and I'm defo going mad. PS, you've got rid of the ball. I have, mate. I have. Yeah, both 4-5-1. 3-1, Piddo 2, Calvert, Lewin. Grealish will get smashed by DJ. Let's hope so. The Everton fan being banned from the chat. Yes, mate. I took him out to do my head in. Respectfully, she was just doing my Sweden, mate. Doing my Sweden. First time I've ever banned anyone that bad. I couldn't be asked. Blagging me head. Just looking around the news on Leeds and seeing Man United offering us striker. I've seen that before, mate. I ain't got a clue what's in it. I don't even want to go down that route yet, unless he's properly linked Mark. I'll have to see. But yeah, I'm not too sure. Not bothered with which striker starts, but I think we get more from Piddo as a change and Metcha coming off that. Yeah, I think so. If you're looking at them two as only 2 viable options to start tomorrow, Robbo, I'd have to agree. You get more off a bench. I mean, we haven't seen Metcha off a bench in a big game, obviously. We can't say that 100%, but I go with that notion too. I would suggest Pirro would be a better impact player off the bench than Mecha. If Pirro's played 70 minutes and we haven't got a goal, you bring in Mecha on, can he do it? Maybe. If it's the other way around, you're banking on Pirro, aren't you? You're looking at him thinking 15, 20 to go, he can come on cold and get a goal. He doesn't need many chances. Too right, mate. Let's get rid of this shite now. Let's get rid of this shite now. Here we go. I've watched every game so far. Can't see the massive gap in my... Well, that's it. Everyone's gone on about huge gap. What I've seen this weekend, there's a gulf for some of them. Not all of them. Not all of them. We got spine of the team there and built around them. Brilliant businessman. I think so. I think so. Yeah, I agree with that. Can't be playing Aronson if we want to try and win. Hey up, bro, bloody missed it. No worries, mate. No worries. Can always go back and watch it. Sunderland did look good, but others look well normal this week. Yeah, honestly, the goal for me is nowhere near what people have been saying. I know not everyone's got into their, stride yet. It's early days and all that, but it's not going to be a massive gap from bottom three to that next bracket this season. It's not. There is some bang average sides there, like I've just shown there with Everton side. Everton won't be in the relegation zone, and I think their side's shite. I am Jack. I'm going, mate. East Upper. I'm there, buddy. And then I'm going to Arsenal away on Saturday as well. So a nice week for me coming up. Byron going to smash Grealish into the stands. I hope so, mate. Come on. Probably, mate. Martin Cook, mate. I'm going to have 78 heart attacks if this much hysteria erupts every time Sunderland fart. A few weeks ago, we were delighted that such a weak team got promoted. Let's enjoy it. Yeah. Rather have DCL than Haaland. Ooh. Yeah, I think Mitchell looks really good. I think he's been a really smart signing that no one's really talking about. But I think by end of the season, he'll have done well. It's all about numbers. It's all about how many minutes can you get on pitch with some of these players. DCL, Mecha, how fit are they? I think the fact that they aren't going to be asked to play week in, week out, big minutes, will aid them. I would like to think in maybe 3 or 4 weeks' time that Calvert-Lewin would potentially be a starter because I think at the minute he's the ace card out of the 3. But again, we may be bringing another one yet, might we? So I would love it if we could have a really fit DCL and then back up as Mecha and Pirro. Like I say, I think for a newly promoted side, you don't get better than that. You don't get better than that. It come off, mate. It come out. It come off. Yeah, maybe not, mate. Is Bogle confirmed out? I don't think so, mate. Unless you've seen something today. He was confirmed by Farke at the press. I wanted that. He was back in team training. He had 4 full sessions to go, and we'll see how his body holds up. If his body holds up okay, he'll be starting. Night all, what a day tomorrow will be. I'm surprised you're all still here. 171 in building still. Brilliant. Like Christmas morning, get to bed early and get to sleep so you wake up tomorrow quicker. Yeah, honestly, 171 watching, 139 likes. Can we get 11 more likes to finish on 150? That would be outstanding. But what an effort that is. Absolutely class. Thanks so much for support. I have a membership link in the chat description as well. Sorry, in the description below if anybody wants to become a member. And you can join our WhatsApp group too if you want, which is always popping off. A lot of good friends in there now. Me and them, and obviously the medmates within the group. We're even thinking about having a members Imagine Not Being Leeds Christmas do back end of November or December. Unbelievable. As if we're even having them discussions. Imagine that. It's actually happening. Unbelievable. But yeah, absolutely love it. Absolutely fucking love it. You think that DCL is going to be... Jack, I do. Not right now. I just think if he's fit, I think eventually it just rise above. The quality always rises to the top, doesn't it? The cream always rises to the top. And I think he's the better player, the better all-round footballer. Lockie did a really good video on him when we signed him, or maybe just before we signed him, detailing a bit more about his attributes and how good of an actual just footballer. Forget about him in a striker or just, a footballer. He's a great footballer. He's probably a better footballer than what we've got in those options already. And the fact that he's physical and strong and he's been there, he's experienced, he's scored a lot of goals in Premier League. Yeah, goals per night and may not be up there, but he scored, is it 50 plus goals in Prem? He's done really well, and I think he's played better when he's had a manager that believes in him and has made him that focal point under Ancelotti. Don't get me wrong, I think I'd look good if I had Ancelotti as a coach. I bet he can turn water to wine like Bielsa did. But, you know, if you can get him anywhere near that level, keep his fitness up, manage his fitness, which I think Farke's good at. We're good at as a club, managing those minutes, getting him through a week, maybe adapting their training schedule. If you've got to tweak it so it's not exactly the same as the rest of the lads, it is what it is. Whatever you've got to do, you know, Monday to Friday to get him ready for a Saturday, you've got to do. And I think eventually, Jack, he probably will be the starter. He's going to get the 9 shirt. I've heard that Bamford's been a bit like Millier, still at the club. 1 shirt's gone to Perry. Bamford's 9's gone. Bamford will be moving on, but right now he's still there. But his 9's gone, and DCL you'll see him have that 9 in his back on Monday if he's on bench or starting. Yeah, Jack, a lot of people echo that. I personally believe in what we've got. Maybe I'm a little bit naive to that, and maybe after tomorrow night I'll see. Maybe we need more. But I'm backing a 3-0 one tomorrow. I'm backing Piddo to get one. I'm even going to back whoever comes off that. It's hard to say because whoever comes off that bench, if Metcha plays 25 minutes, I think he gets one. I won't rule out a fairy tale where DCL gets one later on, but I just don't know if all 3 will get minutes within one game. It's going to be interesting to see. But I'm expecting a massive performance from Leeds, a massive crowd, a massive atmosphere. And I think that'll be enough to get us a really well-deserved win. I think it'll be very similar to Sunderland's result. And people will start sitting up and taking notice. 10 more likes, please. It says, thank you. 3 more for 150. Thanks, Immortal Reaper. That's classy, that one. Thank you. Bogle looked good in training today from what I've seen. Our class, actually. In my opinion, starting Pirro against Everton would be a mistake. Maybe, Mark. Maybe. Like I say, he's up against some big shit houses in defence there. But I firmly believe that Pirro will find a way to be effective. He had a bit of an average first season, came back last season and found a way of improving, found a way of making himself a viable option for that team, even though his style at the time maybe didn't suit Leeds United. There are a lot of people that said that before we signed him. So I just think as the game goes on, he'll find a way of being effective for us. Did you see the interview with Calvert-Lewin? That yellow top looked great. Where you get it? Well, I'll tell you what, Mark, I don't know the site, but I've actually ordered that yellow top. So there is no official site selling it. But there's loads of these dodgy sites that pop up everywhere. And I've ordered it today, but I don't know. It'll probably take about 2 months to turn up, and it'll probably be shit when it comes. But I think like 13 quid. I thought I'm going to try it out because there's no official club selling them yet, no official shop selling them yet. So I have actually risked it on there. But if it comes, it's 13 quid. It's not gonna end at well, but I'll see. No, me neither, mate. Pele. I love that. Class. Ashley Buckland, where's your Xmas do at my? I'm there, I am there, man. Well, to be fair, I'll give you a shout. I ain't got a clue yet. I'll let you know when I know. But yeah, I'm gonna do something where say I've got like about 30 members now, which is mad. Because Top G Christopher give 20 memberships out, which is mad. But I think I've got like 11 or 12 paying members that have been there like 2 or 3 months, and they're all really close now. They've been asking to do something, so we are there'll be a night out November, December time. Yeah, and anyone who wants to come can come. It won't be a free bar out. I ain't got that kind of money, but plenty of Leeds fans to go for a night out in Leeds or wherever. We haven't even decided yet. It'll be class, won't it? What signs do you think we still need then? If I had to pick, the ideal would be right back, left back, left wing striker. That'd be the ideal. 10, I'm not massively asked about. I wouldn't mind getting a winger who can maybe playing at 10 or a striker that can play at 10, even though we've got a few that can do that. But I actually think what'll happen is we'll get one fullback that plays both, a bit like a James Justin. So one who could play both sides. So you've got Byram and him to sort of manoeuvre any injuries or situations that they may need to get through with them two. I then think we get a left winger who can maybe play in 10, and I think we get a striker. So I think we'll bring in 3 more players, but there's an argument that we need 4. So yeah, we'll see. I'm really intrigued to see as the window ends if we start getting linked a lot more with just out and out 10s, because we've been up and down in all pre-season whether we get a 10 or not. I don't think we do, but it's going to be really interesting to see if that changes as the window comes to an end. Yeah, I think so. In a bit, Matty got to be put 4:30. Crazy you're still even in at this point, Immortal, but thanks so much for watching, man. I appreciate that. Big love to you, man. We're not expecting him to be in the squad tomorrow, are we, DCL? If I'm honest, yeah, I am, Boss Nass. I think he'd be on bench, and I think he'd be daft not to. And you have it in your head where, if needed, he's coming on 85th minute. That's what I'd do. That's what I do. He's obviously fit in terms of he hasn't failed a medical, but he won't be match fit because I don't think he's had a decent pre-season training on his own, has he? So yeah, you can't expect him to come on and play big minutes. But he'll have trained for the last few days. He's come, if his body holds up with that, fine. He's come through physio, through medical, so he's fine. He's fit and able. For me, he's on there as backup and sort of like that Hail Mary moment if needed. So if you're winning game 2-0, you don't even risk him. You don't even bring him on. If you're drawing or, heaven forbid, we're losing, then I think you throw him on for the last 5 minutes and just say, get the ball, pump it up to him. Yeah, I know he wants it in at feet. I know he's a lot more than just a target man, but I think for the size and how physically and how good in the air he is, you do that Hail Mary moment where you chuck him on and you just get the ball to him and see if it sticks. So get movement off him and stuff like that, Matt Jones, at the moment, Matty, you are the best Leeds YouTuber because you listen to everyone who gets involved without getting irate with subscribers. A few lately gone mental up there on that. Yeah, I don't want to get involved in other YouTuber chat. I don't know who you're referring to, but yes, everybody reacts differently, I guess. I'm just a pretty chill guy anyway. Our lass will tell you I'm a nightmare because it doesn't take much to bother me unless you're offending my wife or my children or my friends. Probably say what you want to me. I'm not that bothered. But yeah, again, Mark, I'm just in a good mood because I haven't seen Leeds struggle yet. If they're going to struggle, then you might see me a bit down, and then that's where you pick me up. So yeah, thanks for that, mate. Honestly, I love that. I love that anybody watches me. The fact that people even think I'm good enough to be mixing with the people I'm currently mixing with, and, do shows with and stuff. Been in Dublin and having a chat with Connor and Jer and that. Went back to Darren's house, all the Leeds bros. Darren, had a Chinese, and at 12 o'clock at night, Jer comes round because he's his neighbour. I come round while Matty and his wife were here, so he comes round. We sat in shed at bottom of my garden till like 1:30 in the morning talking football with Jer, And yeah, it's mad now because before I'd have like kissed ass and been, like, oh my God. Whereas now I just feel natural around because they are just men, people, humans, fans talking about the club. No one's special or bigger or better than it. Well, bigger, but no, not better than anybody else really. Everyone's got their own lane. People can say it a bit better. People can do more research. People can be more professional. People have more money to put into graphics and stuff. Everyone's slightly different. But like you just got to do you, aren't you? And I do me, which I don't think's great when it comes to like knowledge and stuff. I don't drop no breaking news. I don't drop any like analysis or stats where you think fucking hell he knows what he's talking about. But you like me as a person, so you watch me. I think that's got to be all it is. And I'm saying when people like, if I watch Joe, it's because I like him. If I watch Joe, it's more I want to watch news. And then all of a sudden, bang, nicest guy in the world. Absolutely love him as well. Like you get everything from Joe, the nice guy, the news, all wrapped into one. Like you go through them all, and everyone offers something different. I would always drawn to Joe. Very similar to me, like with his children and stuff, having one with autism. I always like resonated with Joe. But the fact that anyone watches me is I go around houses, me. Fuck me. Really do. Thanks, Robbo. I am just like you, and I would fucking eat you, mate. If you know what I mean? Honestly, you make me hungry every time I watch this. Just because of the creators been doing it longer and more subs doesn't mean that. Yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't know, but yeah, thanks, mate. Thanks so much, man. Evening, Matt. Good luck for tomorrow. I'm still buzzing from our game yesterday. I bet you are. I'm made up for you. Let's stick it to them, lot. You know what I mean? Let's stick it to those unreachable teams that we're just supposed to get beat by every week. I mean, Burnley, I expected them to lose anyway with the opposition, but I do think that's just going to be a common thing. I think that's just going to be them all season, if I'm honest. But I do think us and you can shoot for stars, and we'll see where we end up. I don't know. Hold on. I don't even want to like. It's just like a crappy site. It popped on my Facebook. I'll see if I've got email. Where are you, bugger? When did I order it as well? There it is. Fine ball. Literally, fine ball official. Look, I literally ordered that one at top. There you go, 17 something. Then I ordered retro Lazio top as well, just because why not? But yeah, fine ball. That's a shout out for them, innit? But like I say, I think it's going to take a few weeks to come. I don't know quality, so I wouldn't hang your hat on it. But it cost me $40. So what's that? About 32 quid-ish for that top and the retro Lazio top. See how it comes. I've seen it popped on because I will try to find that yellow top of it. It popped on my face. I thought, sod it, I'll give it a try and see if it's any good. But yeah. That's it, mate. That's it. I have. Last home game before Xmas, will it? Maybe, mate, maybe. But I'll let you know when it is. Top man, 150 likes. Get showing for that, mate. Honestly, man, thanks. I love you so much, man. It's class. Okafor is a winger. Will get. He can play straight. Yeah, that's what I mean. It'd be ideal, wouldn't it, Mark? If you can get someone who can do both, it really would. You know, versatility and all that. But Okafor, he's played a lot of minutes as striker as well. I would like us to get an absolute monster. If I had my pick a striker, it'd be Mitrovic. I'd go get Mitrovic, and I think honestly, he couldn't touch that for a newly promoted 4. So I would get. I think we're more in need of a right winger. I kind of agree. We've got 3 left wingers really, but obviously Nonto can do both. But if you say Nonto's better off left, I know, which a lot of people do, it just leaves Dan James on right. So we've been looking at a lot of left wingers. There is an argument to say you look on that right side, don't you? Yeah, there's a lot of credence to what you're saying there, mate. Jackie, I think it'll be a fullback that can play both sides, a cam that can play on the wing, and then a left wing who can play straight. Yeah, I have to agree. Something in and around that, mate. Yeah, we have, Jack. We have. I'm buzzing, man. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. See, we're only going back 6 or 7 weeks, everyone, and you know, honestly, don't get fixated on numbers, but obviously you can see a change in numbers. I'd stream and I'd have like a good live stream for me had 60 to 80 numbers in watching live. That were a really good stream. I come off and I'd say to wife, I'm buzzing. There were 70 people tonight. I'm buzzing. And even when I first started out, when I had 5 and 10, like I would never begrudged it, you know, the numbers. I just loved it. I used to always say, I can't believe there's 10 people who want to stay up and watch me talk. It's mad. But the fact now, like it's between 150 and 200 on a live, it's fucking mental. It's mental. Like it lasts 2 months, it's more than doubled, you know. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's just nice. It's just so nice when you're doing something and people like it, man. It's best feeling in the world. There's no right or wrong. It's just views and opinions. It's class from these channels. Matty, Georgia, the future of news mainstream are finished. Yeah, man. Yeah, Jer's definitely the future. Cheers, man. Telling them, hey up, mate. Carry on being authentic, mate, and the rewards will come. Thanks, buddy. You can only ever be yourself, can't you? I'll never try and be out else. You see straight through me. I'm a crap liar. That's why I don't lie. There's no point. I got caught out too many times nicking crisps from cupboard when I was a kid. You eating more crisps? No. Well, your waistline's telling me otherwise. Yeah, so there's just no point. Love that top, big great with jeans. Yeah, hopefully it's decent quality. I can't obviously call it yet. But we shall see. Yeah, me too. I thought it would as well. To let a bit more of a look. He was Rob Boy. We're really poor. Mark Jones, a good right wing with Bogle overlapping, unstoppable. I think so. I think Dan James, if he can hit the heights anywhere close last season, will be that good right winger, pal. And him and Bogle have a really good partnership. I hope to God it works out for them. I really do. MOTSB too. Surely Rama could do right wing or 10. Of course he could. I think he's good enough, mate. I think he's good enough. Ashley Buckford, Joe gave your channel, Matty, mate, in his and about 4K came in, didn't they? 4K? No, there was a night about 3 weeks ago where he sent his audience over, and you probably seen it, and it went from about 100 people watching to 320, I think. And I was like, oh my God, maybe more, 350. And I'd never seen that number before. And I'm like, oh my word. And I absolutely shit myself on stream. And then since then, obviously, I think that got me about 50 subs in one night, which, you know, were obviously avid watchers at this time of night as well. So that's definitely made a difference. Without Joe, I wouldn't be on what I'm on now. So a massive part of why my channel's done well, early days as well. I agree, apart from Bala's goal, second one, I think he had no chance of that. Yeah, not good that. Only reason Burnley didn't get a result was no decent 9. I'd love a decent striker to come in and Bielsa's knee. All creators should help each other out. Well, Joe gives loads of people opportunities to go on there, and like I say, he's put me in front of bigger audiences, so it's helped me grow quicker than what I probably would have done. Mark Jones, night mate, take care, bro. PS, I'd defo come to an all-inclusive. I'd love one of them as well, Mark. Xmas pistol. Have a good one, mate, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm gonna say it's a 4K. I wish, although I'd probably passed out. But yeah, just under 400, I think it was, which were mental. Don't think we are actually going to do much else, which is fine, as I like what we have been fussy on player price. But I hope we buy in January. We still need it. I think you're going to see us buy 3 new players. Bielsa's need to do the 3 fullback, wing, striker. I think we'll get them. I do think, though, we're going to hold back on money, and I think there'll be a little bit left in Jan if needed. I really do. I can see us going out in Jan and still spending a little bit. So we shall see. We shall see. Anyways, guys, I'm going to call it a night. Done over 2 hours, which is mental, but you know me. I go for as long as people are engaging and wanting me to keep going, and I go while I'm enjoying it. I don't like turning off. So, but it's getting to a point now when I'm knackered, even though I'm still loving it. I want to get to bed. 160 likes, man. Fuck me. Unreal. Yeah, I'm just positive at the minute. Bielsa's knee. Yeah, man. Good night, all. Thanks, Rich. Honestly, you absolute mad people. It's 2 minutes past midnight and you're still watching me. 148 still on. Thanks so much. Top stuff. When is your next subscriber show? Don't know, mate, but I'll let you know when I do. Great as always. I'm going to play you out with one of my AI songs, just because I haven't done that in a while. I used to do all the time, didn't I? But I'm going to play you out with my different version of Marching On Together. Please like, please subscribe on your way out. Much appreciated. But yeah, let the song play you out and I will see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care. Love yous, man.
Here we go with Leeds United. We're gonna give the boys a hand. Stand up and sing for Leeds United. They are the greatest in the land. Every day we're all gonna say we love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Everywhere we're gonna be there. We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Marching on together, we're gonna see. Na 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 na. We are so proud. We shout it out loud. We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. We've been through it all together. And we've had our ups and downs. Ups and downs. We're gonna stay with you forever. At least until the world stops going around. Every day we're all gonna say we love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Everywhere we're gonna be there. We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Marching on together, we're gonna see you win. Na 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 na. We are so proud. We shout it